We'll stay. All right. Well, hey there, everybody. Howdy, howdy, and welcome to Highly Motivated with me, Oraganji. I'm moving a little slow today. I've had a very dramatic last couple of days. Um, I'm not my usual. I'm not my usual spunky self at the moment. Only because I am dealing with some things. I'm actually on muscle relaxers and painkillers at the moment. And I'll explain. I'll talk about it in a moment. I'll talk about why I wasn't on the show Sunday, because Sunday I had a bit of a medical emergency. Actually, it happened Saturday, and like an idiot, I waited. Like an idiot, I thought I'm gonna feel better. I thought everything should be okay. And unfortunately, I wasn't okay. So I'll explain the story in a moment. I'll talk about what happened to me, and why I wasn't on Sunday, and why my energy is so incredibly muted today. Goopy Chunk, welcome! Everybody welcome Goopy Chunk to Highly Motivated. I am here though, and that is the most important thing. I'm here, I am live. We are together as Highly Motivated. So just so you know, the muscle relaxers and the painkillers have got me very muted. I'm feeling better because of them. It's been a rough couple of days. So today is Wednesday. Wednesday! It's a crazy Wednesday because, look, all week it's been raining. All week it's been storming. Okay. I'll talk about what happened to me in a moment. I put an article out on LinkedIn and Facebook talking about my ordeal from Saturday to today. And it's something that just happened to me out of the blue. Something I was not expecting, something I wasn't ready for. So again, that's something, we'll talk about. In our bid to be highly authentic on this show, highly real, I come to the show and I like to give you all the information. And so what I've gone through from Saturday to today has been pretty traumatic. Traumatic because I didn't know how serious it could be. I didn't know how serious of an issue I was dealing with. And just long story short here, and I'll jump into it in a bit. I'm okay. I'm okay, but it's going to recover. It's going to require some recovery time that I did not plan for. You never plan for it. You never plan to be sick. You never plan to get hurt. You have to make plans ahead of time. You need to be prepared ahead of time in case shit hits the fan. And in my case, shit hit the fan. We'll talk about it. We'll get to it. I'm not stressing myself in any way on the show today. I'm relaxing into it. And I'm just, because it's been a busy week already. I've got new locations opening up with Goldflower. We've got a location in Orange Park, Jacksonville, opening up very soon, any day now. We also have a new north-ish central Miami location opening up in a couple of weeks. We have Gainesville coming. We have, wow, there's a lot. There's a lot happening. And I've been all over the map. Okay. Oh, Christopher. Welcome, Chris. Everybody welcome Christopher Sterrell. Right over here, we got Professor Time on Highly Motivated. Let me see if I can get the chat on the show. There we go. It's working. Okay. As long as everything is working, I'm a happy man. I mean, I'm a little, let me see, Aaron Goopy and others. Glad you're okay, buddy. Figured something was up. Something was up. Something was definitely up. Something was absolutely crazy from this weekend. I'm still dealing with it. I'm on painkillers right now. I'm on muscle relaxers, which I had to go get this morning. So I was in the emergency room on Sunday morning till Sunday night. I was transferred to two different hospitals. I've had CT scans, EKGs. I've had MRIs. I've had a lumbar tap, which is like a spinal tap. They take spinal fluid out of your lower back. And it's not so much that the procedure hurt, because it did hurt. It's really what happened afterwards. Like now my entire back is on fire, possibly because of the lumbar tap. If you go to a hospital and they say, hey, let's do a lumbar tap, you should say, hey, let's not tap into my fucking spine, because that is a procedure that can go wrong very easily. That is a procedure that can hurt somebody for the rest of their lives. So if you don't need to do a lumbar tap, don't go tapping into my frigging spine. There's no need for that. Okay. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the show. Welcome to Highly Motivated. See, I'm starting to get myself back here. I'm starting to feel a little more like me. You know, I've been definitely out of it. Let's get this started right. So I have an unopened package, an ideal, which is Gold Flower Cannabis. Gold Flower Cannabis, a medical cannabis provider right here in the state of Florida. If you have a medical card, Gold Flower is the place to go to. Organic, hand-trimmed, living soil, or 100% hydroponic. Really the best by price, by people, by product here in the state of Florida. Just absolutely amazing. So micro topics, we're going to talk about what happened to me. I got in a fight with the goat, and the goat won. So I fought, look, you can still see I got bruises. Do I still have a bruise? Yeah. Look, I got a bruise right there from where they put the IV in. I've got, do I have a bruise still there? I think I still have a bruise right there. I still have, they had the EKG all over me. It was crazy. Crazy sauce. It really was. And the lumbar tap, I still have a Band-Aid right now over the spot where they did the lumbar tap. Just, it's, all right, so we're going to talk about the fight I had with the goat and how the goat won and how I went to the hospital on Sunday. We're going to talk about this new thing in Texas. So Texas has just outlawed all Delta products, all THC, THCA, anything that they were selling over there in the smoke shops. They have banned all of it. And in the banning of it, it's really due to their governor and the lieutenant governor. They're both gigantic pieces of shit. So Texas, your governor and your lieutenant governor are giant pieces of shit. That's what they are. Because they have now single-handedly banned THC, THCA, and all kind of Delta products from Texas. So the reason this is such a big deal is because it's basically been legal for the last 6 years in Texas. And now they're taking it away. You have tens of thousands of businesses. Tens of thousands of businesses. They're going to go under. You have tens of thousands of employees and jobs and more than that. They're going to lose all their jobs. And the reason they made THC illegal now in Texas, which comes with jail fines. If you get caught with a gram, 2 grams, 3 grams of bud, you're going to jail. That's crazy shit. So Texas has just gone backwards. And Texas said they've done this. Texas says they've done this because they want to keep it out of the hands of children. They want to keep the flour, the drugs, anything out of the hands of children. Well, drug dealers don't care who they're selling to. Drug dealers don't give a shit how old a person is. They sell it to them. So what's got me angry, what's got me upset, and it's got me all messed up, that Texas takes it out of the smoke shops where at least it's regulated, at least it's being sold to 18 or 21 plus, but now they take it out of the smoke shops and they're giving it back to the cartels. They're giving it back to the drug dealers. They're giving it back to the people who don't give a shit who they sell to. So what's got me upset is Texas just went backwards. Texas just made decisions or the government, which is a problem anywhere we go. The government is making decisions for us. Whoever gave them the permission to make decisions for us? So we're probably going to talk about that in a little while, because I'll tell you something. I'm livid. I am livid because of, you see the ant bites? You see that? You got that's ants. Got another one right there. Got an ant bite there. I got one between my fingers. I got beat up by some ants. Okay, anyways, but Texas just did something that is mind-boggling. And they're basically driving people back to the drug dealers, back to the illegal marketplace. But that's what they're doing. And I hate to see that this is happening in many states across the United States, that they're doing a total THC ban. Now, I've heard different stories that the ban is so they can have a regulated market. Bullshit. Alcohol, big alcohol is suffering. Big alcohol is having problems because more people are turning to cannabis. Big alcohol is having issues because people realize alcohol causes cancer. Alcohol causes disease. Alcohol destroys your life. Cannabis can help fix it. And our government, our overseers, whoever the fuck they are, don't want us medicating ourselves. Don't want us healthy, mind, body, and soul. They want us controlled. They want us standing in line, getting their medications, drinking their alcohol, doing it their way, paying it. They don't want cannabis on the market. So Texas is a really good case study because this is a state with money. This is a state that's run by the government, run by the religious groups, is run by the alcohol and pharmaceutical lobbies. This is a state that could have been doing it differently. Like Florida. Florida, look, I know Florida's medical market, medical marijuana program is not the best. But you know something? It is better than so many different places that we go to. It is better than so many other states that are really fucking over their people. So that's why I'm going to talk about that a little bit tonight because, again, I'm upset. I'm upset that the government is declaring more rules and regulations. Who gave them? I didn't give them the right to rule over me. I didn't give them the right to make decisions. I'm a grown adult. I want to make my own decision. I don't trust the government. Why the hell am I going to want them to make any kind of decisions? Christopher says, I did not realize the goat story was new. Must have misread the date, or this is a second battle with the goat. Nope, first battle, brand new story. I just posted it this morning or last night. It was either last night or this morning. But the goat story is new. That's what I went through, and I haven't really gone into detail yet, but I will. Wow, so in Texas, THC is now illegal, which means all the shops will crash 100%. Cannabis is a vital medicine, recreational, and even provides a sense of hope and dreams to come true. Yes, Chris, you're 100% right. I like the way you put that. I like the way you phrase it. And I'm going to tell you also why I think cannabis is so amazing about the goat story in a moment and how the rosin, the pure rosin syringe has saved my life until I was able to get muscle relaxers and pain pills. But the rosin has saved my life. Absolutely 100%. So let me see. But yes, the goat story is new. That is something that I'm currently dealing with as we speak. When you make things illegal, then there will be an underground market. This is bad news. It is bad news. This is very bad news for Texas. Bad news because Texans are going to smoke. Texans are going to smoke. You give Texans good smoke for the last, oh, gee, let's get you in here. All right, everybody. Welcome, Gavin. Welcome. Highly motivated.
Thank you.
It's good to have you
How's
here.
How's everyone doing? Huh?
We are doing great. Can you see yourself on the stream?
No, I can't.
Why? Are you being covered up by words?
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell to do. I don't know how the hell that happened.
Oh, no, last time you were able to scoot him over.
Was I able to scoot it over? Let me try that again. Let's try. Hey! I think I got you.
I got
you. Here we go.
At least partially.
Wait, are you on? Can I see you now? I can see you.
Yeah, I can. I'm pretty sure. If you can see me, I can see myself a little bit.
All right. I had to move that over. So welcome, Gavin. Welcome to Highly Motivated.
Thank you.
About to open up the Tropicana. I've got a brand new Tropicana right here. Very excited. It's a sativa. It's from Goldflower Cannabis. So obviously, as you can tell, I wasn't on stream Sunday. And so I wasn't on the stream Sunday. I'm on today. Let me see. He says the federal government moved to reschedule, and then Texas goes in reverse direction. Well, that's Texas. That's what Texas does. Texas goes in reverse directions. Now, keep in mind, federally, the government is going to total THC calculations. That's total THC has to be like 0.4 and below, 0.3 or 0.4 and below. But ahead of the November changeover, places like Georgia, Texas, North Carolina, they are making very quick new rules to control cannabis, to control THC. And I find that, look, I find this asinine. I find it something that it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. We're going backwards and we're pushing people back to the illegal marketplace. So I have to say, here in Florida, we're very lucky. Here in Florida, we're very, very lucky to be able to have a decent medical marijuana program, because we get pretty decent bud out here, especially if you go to Goldflower. Now, if you're going to anybody else, I can't guarantee your quality. But you go to Goldflower, I can guarantee gorgeous quality, gorgeous smoke, really great flavor, just an awesome product all the way around. So I'm talking right now a little bit about the shit that's happened in Texas and how they're basically restricting everything. While talking about the Texas shit, we're going to open up the Tropicana. We're going to do a little roll and review. I haven't tried the Tropicana yet. This is it. This is the one right here. I'm very excited. So let's open this up, and then I'll start talking about the goat. I'll talk about kind of what happened Sunday.
Emerald apricot.
Whoa, you're smoking the emerald apricot?
Yeah.
Of course you are. Of course you are. Of course you are.
I was just smoking on blueberry punch not too long ago.
Oh, yeah? The blueberry punch. Ooh, I haven't had that. All right. Ooh, shit, that smells good already. Ooh, I can already smell it. I'm like, damn, it's like calling out my name. Here we go. Wow, that is something else. That smells really good. Oh, look at that. You got some nice buds right over here. Let me see if I can.
Ooh.
And that right there is the Tropicana from Goldflower Cannabis. Once again, it's the Tropicana Goldflower Cannabis, a medical cannabis provider in the state of Florida. And look at this, one big nug. Look, just one big nug. I love big nugs, and I cannot lie. I love big nugs, and I cannot lie. You other brothers can't deny. When an itty bitty waist walks up in your face, you get sprung. No, it's beautiful. And you can see how you got the little sugar leaves still on it. Sugar leaves are there to protect it. This is hand trimmed. This is living soil. No pesticides, no fertilizers, just gorgeous stuff. And it's got a nice nose. I mean, it's a little earthy, but it's got a nice funk coming up from below. Let's crack it and find out. Ready? Here we go. So we did a little crack. Wow, it's got a deep-seated funk. A little, very earthy. Grassy, earthy, funky. It's very nice. It's very nice. Well, what I'm going to do, we're going to break this up. I was going to buy a new grinder, but I really don't use grinders. So I was like, well, how silly is that, right? So I'm just going to do it by hand. So I like to break off some of the nugs, some of the initial nugs. I'll just do it like so. Get down to the stem. I don't like the stem, so you put the stem to the side. And then I pull apart my buds. I just kind of pull them apart gently. That's how I break things up. I don't crush it. I don't smush it. I just kind of pull it apart so that, it's chunky, it's funky, it's airy, and it'll be nice for a joint. So, Gavin, how's your week going?
It's going.
It's going? Why? Is it going slow? Is it a good week? What's happening with you? You're like, you hesitated.
It's good. No, it's a good week. It's just life sucks.
Life sucks.
Yeah.
Why is it sucking? Tell me why it sucks for you right now.
It's a little personal. It's just.
I don't give a shit. Do I look like? No, I'm playing. well, okay. I'll give you my personal story. And by the way, everybody, I don't know how long I'm going to last on the stream. Either the painkillers or the muscle relaxers are going to fuck me up, or the pain I'm going through is going to fuck me up. And I guess let me explain it. So Sunday, early morning, and like right now, I've got a headache forming in the back of my neck, which is dangerous, and I got to be very careful. So Saturday, I went out in the morning to go feed the goat, amongst other people in the barn. So I was feeding the barn, got to the goat, I had a big pail of food for him, and as I'm coming into the goat's area, the goat runs to attack me. And the goat hits me on my side, like full stride. It hits me with its horns. And I'm like, what the hell? So I grab the horns of the goat, and I grab it and I lift it up like this. Like I pull him over and I lift it up and I lean down and I put his food down, because I didn't want him hitting me while I'm bending over to his food, right, because he'll aim for my balls. I mean, he's a bit of a jerk, but he'll aim. He will aim. So I grabbed his horns, I pulled up and pulled back. I put the food down, and I'm standing there still holding him, and all of a sudden, out of the blue, I got what's called a thunderclap. So the thunderclap, oh, let's bring in Professor Time. Welcome, Professor Time. So I got what's called a thunderclap, and the thunderclap was an immense pain, like something I've never felt in my entire life. So an immense pain, and it happened right here at the base of my neck, and it shot up to the center of my head. And so when I say this was painful, when I say this was probably one of the worst things I've ever experienced in my life, it was. It hit me so hard that I dropped to the ground. I didn't pass out, but I dropped to the ground. And I was just out of reach of the goat, thank God, because the goat probably would have fucked me up. So I'm sitting there on the ground, and I'm going a little blurry. I can't see straight. I'm not thinking properly. I crawl back to the house, and I lay down on the ground, and I passed out until like 2 o'clock on Saturday. So number one, I never pass out during the day, especially not after getting up first thing in the morning and I'm at the barn and I'm working and I'm moving. So I get this thunderclap in my head. I go back to the house and I passed out. Now, to be honest, what I should have done was called an ambulance. Because a thunderclap can be one of few things. One, an aneurysm, which could have killed me right there on the spot. Two, it could have been a stroke.
So what's a thunderclap feel like? What do you mean thunderclap?
So imagine getting hit in the head by a lightning bolt.
Oh, okay.
And an immediate migraine. So,
right, and ringing in the ears. And
right. Well, so normally if I get a migraine comes on and it takes a little while to kick in.
It's like getting punched, right? Like
right. Kind of. Well, it was just like I got kicked in the back of the head by the goat, but I didn't. And it was right back here, and it was just an immediate boom.
So what caused it? It was the goat? The goat rammed you again?
Well, what? No. I grabbed the goat and picked it up by its horns, and I had its two front feet off while I'm holding up the horns. And so I'm holding it with my right arm, and as I put down the food, I got up, and I'm about to put the goat down. That's when it hit me.
You stressed yourself in a certain way. It caused it. Wow, okay.
It must. Well, so what I ended up doing was I busted capillaries all along the base of my skull, which is also bad, not good. But I busted the capillaries along the base of my skull, which made me feel like I had an aneurysm. So I didn't go anywhere on Saturday. I stayed home. I stayed home Saturday, and I just tried to recover, thinking that this would go away, thinking that I'm going to be perfectly fucking fine. And instead,
nobody wants to call the ambulance because you know how it is, man. $1,000 for the ambulance, $1,000 for the doctor, $1,000 to walk in the door, $1,000 to like say hello to you.
Well, I'll explain it. I don't have insurance. I'm not a guy that has insurance because I'm self-employed, and insurance is very expensive. I mean, I'll insure everybody else in the family, but I'm not going to insure myself
I'm lucky that
because
I'm
I'm
single.
an idiot. I'm an idiot.
I'm lucky I'm single and I don't have to pay for my insurance. But if I was married and had a family, it would be as much as my rent. Like, how can you survive in this world?
Family insurance is so expensive, but I'll tell you why it is. They upcharge you for everything.
Everything.
So, just to tell you, so I went to the emergency room, and in the emergency room here in Stark, I had an EKG, I had a chest X-ray, 2 of them. I had a CT scan, 2 of them, one with the dye, one without the dye. I had a lumbar tap. All of this at the emergency room. The only thing they didn't have at the emergency room was the MRI. So they're like, look, we're going to send you to Gainesville. We're going to put you in an ambulance because we don't want you driving. I'm like, fuck that. No. I'm not getting in an ambulance. You know how much that's going to cost? They're like, sir, we have to. And I was upset. I was like, but I'm in a lot of pain. And I really couldn't stand up. And I didn't have any pain meds yet. So I'm like, fine, do it.
Do it, right.
So they got an ambulance. They put me in the ambulance. They took me to Gainesville. And they put me in an admitting room where 4 different doctors came in. One of the doctors picks up my chart and he's like, oh, this is not good at all. No, this is not good. And he walks out. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Not good. You have shitty bedside manner.
Right,
So he leaves. The older doctor comes in with his notepad. He's looking at me, he goes, so you're married? I'm like, yeah, married. This can't be right. And he goes, how old are you? I go, 51. He goes, it says here you're 90. I go, I look great for 90. I look like shit for 51, but I look great for 90.
You gotta love when the no BS doctor comes in, and I call them no BS doctor because they know their shit. They come in, they'll like tap you on the side of the head. All right, look at me, follow my hand. Yeah, you'll be all right, you know. Or
so this guy that came in, Dr. Allen, he was that kind of doctor.
He knows his doctor, shit. Yeah.
And he was actually the last doctor I dealt with before they wheeled me to another room. So here's what happened. So he comes and he goes, look, I'm the stroke specialist. You're not having a stroke, but I'm a little worried about brain bleedage and things like that. Like, I'm worried about it too. So he goes, well, let me read your CT scans and I'll know for sure. He goes, but we're going to get you in for that MRI. I go, today? Now, they told me it would be today and I'll be brought back to Stark. Right. So they got me into a room upstairs and they brought me socks and a bed gown and all this other shit. I'm like, I'm not fucking staying here, people. I'm not doing it overnight in your shitty hospital that smells like shit. Yeah. There's no channels on the TV. What am I going to, this bed is so uncomfortable. No, I'm not staying. Oh, see, I can't scream.
Right, and the cost, you know, because I'll be honest.
It's $1,000 a night.
So if they give you 2 aspirin, I had an interview long ago when I was 17 years old with a CFO. We talked for hours. People were shocked. And we just kept on talking, tech and this and that, CFO, and it was great. But he told me this, and I asked him, I'm like, why are things so expensive at the hospital? 2 aspirins is the price of a full bottle of aspirin times 3 for each 2 aspirins they give you is how they come up with the price. So it's called the 3 times multiplier. Anytime a business sells you something like a cheeseburger, it's triple the cost of what the cheeseburger really is.
What the fuck they say, the information or whatever.
You know, it's profit, right? Like, you got to make a profit. Yeah. They call it a multiplier, like the 3x.
So, okay, so they do that. They do that. And now they could have had me in for an MRI almost immediately, but they didn't because they want to charge me more. So I mentioned, look, I don't have insurance, and I'm not going to sit here and let you people bullshit charge me for every little thing that's out there. But that's what they wanted to do.
They send me, like, I get letters from the hospitals or ERs all the time because I walked out.
Well,
that's what I ended up doing Sunday night. So
a lot of people end up not paying the bills or whatever. I've done that.
I don't pay the bills. I'm like $2,000 in debt with the hospital right now.
Well, so
like, you're struggling for a fucking cheese sandwich and they're billing you $2,000.
Right. So well, and then here's the thing: they bring you food. They charge you it's like a gourmet meal, but it's not. The meal is the worst thing you've ever seen.
The thing is, they only did an X-ray on my jaw. They did an X-ray on my jaw. I had a MRI with the dye or whatever, because they had to check for it.
And they charge you like $2,000 for the MRI.
Yeah, it's fucking stupid.
So I didn't get to have the MRI. I'm waiting in the room, and it's getting later and later and later. And the show hadn't started yet, by the way. Here's the crazy part. So the show, or the show is supposed to be at 8 o'clock. So this is at like 6 something, almost 7 o'clock. I'm like, look, are we doing the MRI today? And they're like, no, sir, it's going to be 3 days. I'm sorry, what? They're like, it's going to be 3 days. I'm like, you can go fuck off those 3 days. I'm not sitting here in a hospital for 3 days just waiting for you motherfuckers to give me an MRI. So that way they can charge me.
Right,
well, they can charge me every single day for being there.
Yeah, but they
can charge me the aspirins, the painkillers, the meals, the every time they come and check my blood pressure, they're gonna charge for that as well. And I wasn't having it. I was not having it. So I was there right before the show started, at the hospital, which I'd been in hospitals since early morning. So I was really kind of tired of it without really getting the answers that I needed. I just needed some answers, and nobody wanted to give me shit. So anyways, long story short, I checked myself. I found out that the bleeding had stopped. I found out it wasn't a stroke. It wasn't an aneurysm. I found out it wasn't any of those crazy fucking things. So I said, good, I'm leaving. So I called an Uber, and I was in the Uber when the show started. So I was going to go live, but I was also in a lot of pain. And I just wanted to get home. So, but I did see Chris.
I was thinking about you. I was like, something happened to Aaron. I knew it was more because you will do a pre-record show if you know you're not going to be around, or you have the opportunity.
That's what I thought. I'm like, something happened to Aaron.
Right.
So, and it did. I mean, the goat kicked my ass. So here's what happened. I left, and I came home with an Uber, which from Gainesville to here, that's a fucking expensive Uber. Holy shit, people. But I do need to say really quickly that I should have called the ambulance the day it happened. I should have gone immediately to the emergency room the day it happened. So out of all of this, I'm telling you all, don't hesitate, don't wait, don't put it off and think you're going to get better.
Right.
Thank God I was not having an aneurysm because I would have died in my sleep. Thank God I didn't have a stroke because it could have really affected me.
So I had a friend who lost his equilibrium and he can't stand up without him falling down, let's say. And there's nothing else wrong with him. And he can stand up and walk around, but every once in a while, he'll just be like, they don't know why, actually. But it is what it is, you know?
Well, I've been experiencing a lot of weird things since I got home. For example, so Sunday, I was at the emergency. Monday morning, I woke up and I couldn't move. Like, I got up and I felt not just stiff, my back was on fire.
Probably from
nowhere could I lay down. I couldn't rest. I couldn't do shit. I'm up, I'm standing, but I'm like, yeah, from the lumbar tap.
It's from the lumbar tap.
They might have messed up because my back right now is still killing me. My back right now is like super painful, but so I couldn't relax. I couldn't do anything. And I'm waiting on results coming in and blah, 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 blah. So I don't have any painkillers. I don't have any muscle relaxers. I didn't have anything. I'm looking around the house for old medication because in this house, there's a lot of old medication. Nobody takes medication.
You keep that shit, man. Yeah.
We do, but you don't want to use it because it's going to go bad. And I did find something that looked like it could be pain pills, but the bottle was like rubbed off. You couldn't read it. So I was like, well, shit, this could be anything. This could be anything. And I'll be honest, I'm going to leave it alone. It could be anything. We're not going to take it. So, I was getting nervous. So what I did find was this. So this right here by Goldflower Cannabis, of all people, is a rosin syringe, not RSO, but a rosin syringe. And you can see there's not much left because this is what got me Monday and Tuesday. I still had to work. I still had shit that I had to do. So the crazy part is, again, I had no pain meds. I couldn't lay down. I couldn't sit. I couldn't breathe. I couldn't cough. If I coughed, I had just as much pain. If I went to the bathroom, I had just as much pain. No matter what I did, my head was, I mean, I had a nonstop migraine. My back was on fire. I was not doing well. So I did a little drop on my finger. I did a little, like just a little dot on my finger, and I rubbed it right here, right on my underneath my teeth, on my gums. I rubbed it into my gums so that it can get into the bloodstream pretty fast. And what surprised me is within 20 minutes, it took all the pain away. It took every single bit of pain. Look, I've been using cannabis my whole life, and I use it medically. I use it recreationally. I use it in many different ways to help me with pain. But never have I experienced such total and complete relief.
Pain relief.
Wow. Pain relief like you wouldn't believe.
So,
I was in so much pain. Look, my back.
And that's with certain, like, you got to find what helps. Like,
well, that's exactly it. You got to find what helps.
Right.
A lot of people, when they go into the medical market, they think, oh man, I'm going to smoke this because I think it helps. No, you got to look for the certain terpenes. You got to look for the, you got to look for the certain pain receptors or whatever.
No, you're absolutely right. And actually, let me just tell you which one this is.
And absolutely, the cannabinoid receptors, the THC travels the reverse way up the synapse, they say, or something, right? And it's totally medicinal. It's so medicinal.
Well, so here's where I was shocked, though, Chris, and it was in the article. If you read the article, I was actually surprised how much it worked. Look, I was laying down crying. I was laying down. I was crying. I mean, I could take a lot of fucking pain, all right? I take a lot. But I'm laying down, my back's on fire, my neck from here up to the head. I'm like, and no matter how I move, it hurts. And so I had no pain pills. Remember, I checked out of the hospital early. They're not going to give me a prescription. Right. So one little dab will do you. This is a 1 gram syringe. You can tell there's not 1 gram anymore. This is a 1 gram syringe. And now, but here, let me tell you the plus and minus though to this. The positive and negative, because there is a negative. So Monday, I did it in the morning, and I took it, and it took all the pain away. And then as the day progressed, I started coming into pain again. So as I started getting more pain, I put another little bit in my finger, and I took that as well. I ended up doing it 5 times on Monday. 5 times I took a little bit because it took the pain away completely. Right.
And the way they
so here's what happened. Monday night, it all must have kicked in. So I went to bed. I could go to bed. I was so excited. I was not in pain. My head didn't hurt. My back wasn't hurting.
Sleep when you're in pain. It's fucking torture, right?
No, you can't. So I fell asleep. I woke up at like 3 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning, and I was high as fuck. I wasn't like regular high. I was so high. I was crazy high. Like my head was spinning. I felt nauseous. I felt like I was on a fucking boat. I was in serious trouble because I used so much rosin. And remember, it just kind of, I guess it all released at one time. I mean, it worked earlier, but maybe residually it was still in my system. I was laying down. I did a little bit before I went to bed, which was my fault. Because I always tell people, do it an hour before you lay down. But I was already laying down. I had no choice. I was in hell. So Monday night, I didn't sleep. From when I woke up at 2 in the morning, I was awake all the way throughout the day. I slept for maybe an hour. I got up Tuesday. I had to go do some shit, even though it was almost impossible to do. I had some shit to do. And I only used half of the amount that I did from the day before. And it helped. It helped so much that it was like I was on pain pills and muscle relaxers. The cannabis did more for me, but it does fuck me up. So where the difference is I was pretty messed up. I was pretty highly motivated for sure, Monday, Tuesday because of the rosin, but I was out of pain. Then this morning, I couldn't be high like this all day. I have to work. I have shit I gotta do. Even though everybody's like, you gotta rest, you gotta rest, you gotta rest. I'll rest, all right? I'm gonna fucking rest. I've already rested Monday. Monday was like a rest day. Sunday I was in a stupid hospital. I feel fucking rested. Even though I'm still in pain and I'm still having a lot of problems. So Monday, Tuesday, because of the rosin, which this shit is amazing, it took all the pain. It took my migraine, it took the neck pain, the head pain, the back pain. It took all of it away. So, and I've been teaching and I've been in cannabis for most of my life, but I've never experienced pain like that. And I've never experienced a rosin able to take it all away. This is Gas Leak, by the way. Gas Leak from Gold Flower. It's a little bit older one. We don't have Gas Leak right now. This is a special.
They don't have that anymore.
Yeah, no, they don't have that anymore. This is a special one, yo. I was saving it. Just in case shit hits the fan. Shit hit the fan, people. And amazing. So I do want to mention how amazing Gold Flower rosin is. It medically saved my life. Medically,
it's crazy,
I was in hell. I was crying. I mean, that's how bad a pain I was in.
It takes a lot for a man to cry.
It takes a lot for a man to cry. And I was in a rough place, for real. A super rough place. Anyways, the rosin got me through, no problem. And I would be on it now if I hadn't gone this morning to my primary care doctor, which he doesn't speak English. It's so weird. It's the weirdest thing in the world. My primary care doctor does not speak English. He was like, Yo quiero? I'm like, Yo quiero. Hey.
Been a little better than yours, Juan, but it's still been
No, I had to go to Aza Health. Aza Health. You don't want to go there. This is not a place you want to go. I don't care how fucking sick you are. You don't want to go to Aza Health. Listen, so I showed up there early this morning because they said if I get there early, I don't have to make an appointment. They'll just sneak me in, right? Sneak me in some bullshit. I'm there at 8 o'clock in the morning. Nobody sees me till 11:30. 11:30, which I'm like, what's going on? Every time I'm like, you see the pain I'm in? I'm laying on their chairs. And they had, like, for larger people, they have chairs that don't have little side rails. So right. I got 4 of those chairs and I put them all next to each other. And I laid across because I couldn't sit up. Like right now, me sitting up, this is only because of painkillers. This is only because of muscle relaxers. I am only sitting up right now because that's why. But other than that, I'm in crazy pain. So I'm sitting there in their waiting room and I'm moaning and I'm groaning. And some guy keeps making comments and I was like, shut up. You're being weird. Shut up. I was so not in the mood. I was so not in the mood to be fucked with by anybody. And then the doctor saw me and he went over my reports from the hospital. I didn't have a stroke. I was like, good. He goes, your protein levels are elevated, which means there was some inflammation and bleeding in your brain. I'm like, holy shit. He goes, but it wasn't an aneurysm. It was the capillaries busting. So really, all in all, so by the time we were done, I was like, look, doc, and I had to translate it through his nurse. I was like, tell the doctor, I can't move the neck fast. I go, tell him, painkillers. I don't like, now listen, people, I don't like painkillers. I don't do painkillers. That's not what I do. I don't like that shit. I'm in a lot of fucking pain. I had to. I was like, painkillers and muscle relaxers. And I told him, don't give me a lot. I don't want a lot. I want enough to get me through this week. And hopefully I'll start feeling better. And if I don't feel better, I'm coming back. If I don't feel better, I'm going to come back and I'm going to ask for more. But right now, I'm only asking for a handful to get me through this week so I can recover. And he gave me a lot more than a handful. I'm a little upset. He gave me like 60 of the muscle relaxers, 60 of the, like, holy shit. I go, what the fuck do I look like here? He goes, so he's telling the nurse to tell me, you're a good person. You need the help right now. I'm like, need the help? Holy shit. Okay, thank you. So and since I don't have insurance, I had to pay for the appointment. I had to pay full price for the medication.
Which is not good.
Wow, that was one of the more expensive things I've ever gone through in my life. Now, insurance is a crazy thing. And Chris was just saying, why is it so expensive, right? And he said when he was 17, they basically it's the triple
multiplier.
Rule. They multiply everything they do by 3. So
cost of a bottle.
I noticed that they wanted to keep me. They wanted to keep me in the hospital.
Is the whole bottle. You know?
But they wanted to keep me in the hospital, and there was no reason behind that. They weren't observing me. They just wanted to charge me more. And that's what they do for every single person coming into these fucking hospitals. They charge them as much as they can because normally people have insurance and they pay.
Right.
Not going to happen over here. Sorry. I mean, I did pay for the start. I did pay for the first emergency room. So I paid while I was there.
It's messed up, brother. I mean, we got Fauci up there, and he got caught in a bunch of things.
Fauci's an idiot, but do you realize his wife works for?
She's the director of bioethics at the same place he works at. So how that could happen is amazing. And I'll just say this, and it was visible to me, and they wanted us to know it, was that the CEO for the company I worked for, which was a division of the NIH, our money came from the NIH. Our equipment said property of the NIH, but even though I worked for Cornell Institute, my computer said property of the NIH. So I knew who I was working for. And they're so big, dude. They're so big, and there's good guys and bad guys there. And if you cross the wrong people or stand in the front of the corruption, all I can say is the CEO of the company I worked for went to bed on Christmas and didn't wake up the next day on Christmas. The CEO of the hospital that we were on the campus of supposedly killed his wife and committed suicide. Everyone knows he didn't do that. Okay. And the state coroner's office went along and said that. And they actually retracted it 6 months later and said, we're sorry for making it up. We deceived you. And to make up for it, we're going to name this building after that guy. And they did. They named the building after
Well, it doesn't make up for shit. That doesn't make up for shit. I think governments, pharmaceutical hospitals, they are all messed up. They are all doing shit undercover. They're covering for mistakes. They're charging you an arm and a leg. And they're making you sick.
There's criminals both on the street that we're familiar with, but then there's criminals in institutions that also commit crimes. And it makes the whole institution look bad. Because the NIH is a big thing. You can't say the whole thing's evil. I mean, it's so big. You couldn't even say that. It's just so big. It's like saying Walmart.
Well, when you just said you can't say the whole thing is evil. Oh, yes, we can. And actually, I want to talk about that. I do want to talk about that because it is built. It is built to be evil. Now, not evil as in I'm openly evil. I'm a bad guy. I'm taking over the world. No,
right.
It is evil because of what it's doing to us without us knowing. The food is making us sick. The government is making us fucking sick. So we stay on pharmaceuticals.
Right.
So we stay controlled because we need this and we need this and we need this.
The COVID thing, ivermectin or whatever, and hydroxychloroquine. You got 25 doctors up giving a press conference saying hydroxychloroquine and ivermectin, you should be using these protocols. This will help you cure your COVID. These are 25 doctors, big respected people. YouTube censored the video. I remember it was like 5-6 years ago when it COVID, right? They censored the video.
Be doing ginger and garlic and homeopathic medicines that will clear our system, just like the ivermectin.
Right.
And by the way, it's in small amounts. So people overdo it and they don't do things right. So if you're doing ivermectin, it's small amounts and you can't do it forever.
It matters.
It does matter. It does.
You can't overdose for something because that might do the opposite of what you want, right? So, and everybody's different. But my point is, they had to say ivermectin and hydroxychloroquine didn't work, so they could keep that emergency use authorization for the vaccine, and that's all come out now, And but still, you'll see institutions like CNN or whatever, any random one, and they'll fight against admitting that they were misled. They'll say, no, there's really no concrete evidence of that. They're just alleging that. Well, he wrote it down in his diary. For God's sake.
I think the government and everything is corrupted.
It is.
And
I think it needs to be destroyed and rebuilt.
How I live my life is just how I live my life. They don't have a say in it. I mean, they definitely do. But
they have more of a say. And actually, this is something I wanted to talk about a little bit. They have more of a say than you'll ever realize. Look at
my God, I realize it. Oren. I thought that today. I'm like, I'm just owned by somebody. I'm a product.
That's it.
I'm on a farm producing
things
my God. For people.
I hate that that's the realization. You know, I hate that that's the reality. But 100%, we are owned. We are owned by our government. We're owned by the pharmacies.
Right.
You know, and by the way, the pharmaceutical companies are the ones teaching our doctors.
The AI
They're the ones who own the educational material.
Right. The AI companies want to own me too, because I'm getting people reaching out to me. They're like, we have a job offer for you. You don't even need to quit your day job, and you can help us fix code that AI was not able to fix on its own. You know, on a contractual per piece basis, you can actually vibe code, help us fix where the vibe coding or whatever, the AI just doing it didn't work. Okay. And you can help us clean up the fucking mess. We need people like you. And I'm like, are you serious?
Well,
it's my job to come down to that.
Well, you see, look, right now, I'm sure you've heard all the stories about the flock cameras everywhere. Cameras everywhere.
They're tracking everybody. Yeah,
and they're tracking their facial recognition. They're tracking
40
people.
cops. 40 cops got suspended or fired for using the flock cameras to stalk their family. Like, how do they even have access to it? They just have access to it. You don't even need
They just added 2 new flock cameras at the gun range down here. At the gun range.
At the gun range.
Because they want to know who has the guns. They want to know.
I was about to say, what does that tell you? I was about to say, what does that tell you?
Mexican, whatever, NGO.
So we're talking about right now, we're talking about government over control, government overreach. We're talking about the government overreaching.
They could overthrow the government. They kind of did with Biden. I mean, he didn't really win, and they just fucking did.
This conversation right now started with Texas. Texas has put a total THC ban, and it's really sent shockwaves.
Still legal in Texas, but at certain limits.
No. There's no flower. There is no flower. There's no more flower. At all. No more deltas. The only thing they're allowing is CBD. That's it.
Oh, they never allowed weed anyway, you're saying.
Well, they didn't, but for the last 6 years, they've been going with the loophole. For the last 6 years, they've allowed Texans to kind of purchase what they purchase. And you can't take something away from Texans once you give it to them. They're gonna
I've been
revolt.
Watching so many people from Texas post, and they're like, they're smoking their weed. They're like, listen, they ain't gonna stop me. I think it's so true because you already gave it to people.
By the way, everybody, welcome King Swish. We've got King Swish 420.
What's up?
Welcome to the show. Well, the reason I left Texas was primarily because of their cannabis laws. I left Texas because those son of the bitches won't let me smoke. Those son of the bitches won't let me buy it, and they won't let me grow it.
I appreciate. How do you measure the effectiveness of the job you do? How, when you go out and you do your marketing to these doctors, like I was going to talk about this. You see social media, people post something on social media, right? Like me or whatever, anyone else. And you think, oh, a bunch of people are going to see it. No, your people might see it, maybe, and not anyone else, right? And I noticed that on TikTok. I'm like, oh, I actually posted my first video on TikTok the other day. And I left it on there for 24 hours. Nobody saw that. There was no views.
Well, no. All right. So social media and what I do are two different things. Now, I am on social media, and it's one of my avenues for existing customers, new customers, but it's
not
really
the primary avenue. It's just merely a secondary avenue.
It's a secondary, like the show. I mean, highly motivated. Right. I do highly motivated this show for many reasons.
I know you just do it for fun of it. I know that.
Well, I love it. I love the show, and I love the people. I love talking. I love the cannabis.
Right.
But I love educating. So it's an educational outreach. It's an outreach to break the stigma that has been put on cannabis for such a long time. It's an outreach to bring new customers into the right place. But do I get a lot out of the online? Not really. I mean, I do and I don't. I get noticed quite often. People are always like, "Oh, I've seen you on the," but they don't watch the video, or they don't like it, or they don't comment. And a lot of people might see it, but they don't comment and they don't like. And I don't give a shit. I don't care. I had to change the way I saw social media years ago. Years ago, I begged for a follow. I begged for a like. I
I
begged
had
for
no
somebody.
clue, man.
But
My
in the
business
beginning, I
has
did.
not
I
been helped
begged.
by social media
I
really at
looked
all.
at it. I looked at it and said, if I don't get 100 likes within a day, nobody gives a shit. And I would get 2 likes, 10
It's
likes, 20
crazy how the
likes.
people look at it now. People
Right.
look at it, they're like, "Hey, I'm gonna sell my body for this shit." So,
And
and they do. It's
Like
almost
OnlyFans and stuff, right?
OnlyFans.
well,
Yeah.
and all right, so OnlyFans has gone to a whole new level. I've never been on OnlyFans. Now, if I had been on it, people, I would let you know. If I'd been on some naughty site, I'd be like, Orin's on a naughty site, motherfuckers, and that's how that shit's gonna be. But I'm not.
Star
I
Trek
haven't
Academy
been.
reflected a foot fetish thing. It was like an
You know,
OnlyFans
well,
thing.
I haven't been on OnlyFans. I hear about it. I know exactly what it is. It's not like I'm like, oh, what is it? No, I
It's
know what it is.
crazy.
It's obviously
Right.
people. You get a you pay to play, and
Right.
people are they'll show or they'll do or there's a lot. There's a lot of shit going on over there, and even famous actors and actresses are now getting on OnlyFans to
They are.
subsidize their income. I mean,
It's
how
crazy.
crazy!
I
We're
mean,
in a whole
people
new
It's
should be
like
age.
careful about
when you
being
mean
recorded.
famous actors and famous
That's how the
comedians and all
Kardashians
that,
got
it's
their
all
start, right?
true.
Yeah.
Like,
No, Kim Kardashian basically
who
got her start because of a video, and also their father was one of the lawyers for O.J. Simpson. That's how the Kardashians got their start. They haven't done
yeah.
shit. They're not fucking famous. Kim Kardashian was in a naughty video with Ray J. Was it Ray J?
I
One,
think I don't want to say it,
and
but
they
I
did a
seen it.
naughty
Yeah.
video, and then it got released accidentally. Bullshit. They
Yep.
put that out there. And you know something? It wasn't that good of a video. I saw it. Black and white. You really can't see anything. You know, it's grainy. Get the fuck out of here. You know, what kind of a shitty video are they making anyways? You know, if I'm doing a sex video with myself and someone, my wife, we're going to make it high definition, damn it. It's going to be, you're going to see it later and be like, oh shit, we do not need to be that close. Wow.
That's some.
But right?
Oh shit.
So no,
But
you're
yeah,
right. People are selling let me see. Ungot the wrong copy. But that's the crazy part. So people are selling themselves for likes and attention. And I don't care. So that's what I'm
I'm
trying
a
to tell you.
guitar
Years
whore.
ago when
I'm a
I did
guitar
this,
whore.
well, years ago when I did this, I realized by becoming a social media person, I'm giving up on privacy in my life. I'm giving up on the on my own perception of my life, and I'm allowing others to think whatever they want to think.
So social media is not ads and
Like
marketing. And
Christopher
people
thought that I
confuse
had
that.
money. Christopher thought that
I thought
Oren
you
has
really
money and
lived.
lives in a big fucking house.
I did. I
I
think he
thought you
lived
did too.
in a
So
big house like that
But I'm
had like
happy. I don't want a
4
big house.
times
I
the
like
size of a
small. I
normal
love
house.
it small.
Right. He's got a camper and a hammock and some goats.
Right. That's
Well,
exactly
you
what
got
the
a
fuck
bunch of
I've got.
you
I've
got a
got a
whole
giant hammock out front. We've got
you got a whole
goats over here,
family
which is an
compound
asshole.
there. You got multiple families living there. You have your daughters and stuff living there too and
Ray
stuff,
J
right?
was a joke. But
Like you
that's the thing. I've got 7 acres and I've really developed it
have
here to
extended
be.
family there too.
Yeah. Well, look,
Yeah.
I did it, but see, I did it because I love plants. I love planting. I wanted a botanical jungle as I walk out my door or I'm in my house or I'm on my front porch.
Absolutely love that. Yeah.
And this is what I wanted. This was one of my dreams because I do love plants. I love going to the blutterfly. Oh, y'all be careful. It's gonna be,
Butterfly
it's kicking it.
museum.
I took some pills right before the show started.
I heard you swear there. That's
Did
great. You caught yourself too.
I took some pills right before the show started. So I might get a little loopy, people. So just bear with me.
All right.
Because I am in actually a lot of pain right now. There are certain things like I'll make a movement and it'll just like shoot up and down my back. I'm like, oh my god.
I got
people say
the okay to drink this weekend or last weekend. So I didn't drink as much. I only had a beer because it's been a long time.
2 drinks max.
It was. I took a shot of Patron.
Right.
And
3. Then the question becomes 4 or not. You know, like
right. Well, I mostly let my wife drink, not me. I was a DD, so we
designated driver. Got it.
I was
stood
a
around
designated driver, so I didn't drink too much, just enough where I could find the car.
When I did, at that moment, I drank my beer. I took that shot of Patron within 45 minutes, an hour, maybe. And we went on to the 4-wheeler. So we got stuck on the 4-wheeler.
You got stuck on the 4-wheeler.
We start pushing it out of the retention pond because we're in the middle of this retention pond. It's deep as fuck. And we start pushing it. And my ass.
What the fuck are you doing in a retention pond? What did you crash into it?
Well, that's what Florida people do. I mean,
you're so funny. Holy shit! I was about to be like, no, that's Florida man. Listen,
right.
That's totally fucking Florida man right there.
Right.
They will just. Is that a retention pond? Shit! Get the 4-wheeler.
Yeah, it was middle of the night too, so no. I mean,
so you can't see shit. You can't see anything. You're out there in the middle of the night. Fucking crazy.
I'm with one of my brother's friends, and he's driving the 4-wheeler. He's like, "All right, whichever way I turn, you gotta lean." I'm like, "All right, I got it."
Gotta lean.
And I start leaning, and we start doing this donut, and we hit this big hole, and we get stuck immediately. And he's like, "All right, I'm a press the gas. You hop off." Just so I'm behind the 4-wheeler, and when he's pressing gas, I'm getting sprayed with mud. I push him out. We get back out of the retention pond, and we head back to the house. And I started riding the 4-wheeler by myself. And he's like, "All right, whip it." So all these youngins were like, we love doing donuts and shit. So I tried doing a donut, and I almost flip it. Like, the next morning I woke up, my ass was bruised, my knee was hurting. I had my wife look at my ass, and my ass was purple.
Honey, can you look at my ass? I prefer not. No, just look at my ass. Look at my ass and tell me what's happening over there.
Yeah,
you're a brave man, Charlie Brown, brave man. So I had a story where I was mudding on Thanksgiving. It was Thanksgiving morning, and I was in Arkansas. And Arkansas mud is some serious mud. So this is like 25, 26 years ago. So I was with an ex, not my wife, but I was with an ex, and she wanted me to come meet her family and this and that. So we go down to Arkansas, and we get down there, and I'm in this big Z71 S10. That means this is an S10 with an L1 Corvette engine. Okay. I had 31-inch Mickey Thompsons on it. So big. I had it jacked up. I had big tires. I had
big boy.
But it's an S10. It was a special S10. It was a special series. So anyways, I'd never really been super off-road. So I'm like, I was so looking forward to come down to Arkansas. So I met my ex's brother, and we hit it off, me and the brother. We were chit-chatting. We were vibing. He's like, "Listen, I know where we can go mudding." I'm like, "Fuck yeah, we go mudding." So I rolled a couple of joints. Just met her brother. Like, let's go. Later that day, we had Thanksgiving meal, like early dinner type thing. So he's like, "We'll do it. We'll be fine." So he takes me out, and the path to get to this place was pretty rough. It was hard, but we made it. So we get there, we're mudding, we're going around a couple of times. And one of the best mudding experiences of my life. It was amazing. I got through shit I didn't think I can get through. And then he was like, "All right." Then he goes, "Listen, let's go one last time. But I'm going to take you down a little different part of the path, and it's going to bring us out on the same area, just right over there." I'm like, "All right, let's do it. Let's do it." So I'm gunning it. I'm hitting it. I'm hitting the gas. We're jumping. We're going deep in the muddy terrain. We're kicking and spitting out of it. And we're coming around the corner. And he's like, "Hit the gas. Hit the gas." And I'm like, "Hit the gas." All right. I wanted to impress the brother, I guess. So I gave it gas. And with an L1 Corvette engine, That's a lot more gas than you think it is. So we're flying. We hit like an embankment that goes up, like a ramp. It looked like a ramp. I think it was a ramp. It was like a mud ramp, but it was enough that all 4 of my tires left the air. And as I landed in the middle of a mud pond on an embankment. So all 4 I landed, but not one tire was touching the ground because the center of my truck was held up by the solid embankment under the mud. So I'm barely touching the top of the mud. You're not going to go anywhere.
Nope.
You can't pull yourself out now. So what I did, I told him to get out and look. And like when you say you got hit, I'm like, yeah, look, I'm going to hit the gas. So I hit the gas and he covered. I covered him in mud. And then he opens up the door and I look at him, I'm like, oh shit, what happened to you? He's like, he's just looking at me like, what happened to me? I'm like, well, how are we going to get out of this? And it's a pretty good walk. And he goes, I don't know, but we're going to probably have to get through the mud and hike it through and get out of here. I'm like, shit. So here I am walking and the mud is like up, like almost like up to here, to here. And we are waiting. We are wading through this mud. And the whole time he keeps looking at me like, fuck you. He just kept looking at me with that look of go jump off a bridge.
They're getting muddy anyways. They're hopping in.
Man, he was total mud. It was crazy. He looked like Encino Man. If you ever watched the movie Encino Man, he looked like Encino Man.
They spin everywhere. Like it spins in front and back.
Well, so we got to a spot where I had no cell signal. Cell phones didn't work. Nothing worked. And I'm in Arkansas. You got to be careful out there in Arkansas, not the wrong people pick you up. Here comes this guy coming down the mountain. And you can hear his music. And it was some bluegrass, country, something. It was something going on. Well, that was what I said. And I turned to the brother. I'm like, what do we do? And he's like, I don't know. We don't want to get stuck in a vehicle with somebody. Guy is coming down this meandering mountain path, and I'm waving. He's like, don't wave at him. I'm like, the fuck are we going to do? Just stand here? I'm like, so I'm waving, and the guy comes around. He looked like the Unabomber. He looked like he hasn't seen people in like years. And it's Thanksgiving.
Living up top of the mountain.
That's exactly where he was living, right there on top of the mountain. And he was watching us. And actually, he came down because he was watching us. What you got there, Chris? What yumminess? What? Oh, it's coffee. All right.
Coffee.
I love cracking open a new coffee. That always smells fucking so great.
I don't love coffee. I love the smell of coffee grounds.
I like the smell, and I like it cold. It does. Well, the reason I don't like it, it doesn't give you the same flavor as what the smell is. You smell something, you expect an amazing flavor, and instead you don't.
Like,
you get like
when I was like, I don't know, younger. My mom used to give me coffee because I was ADHD
and it helps you,
ADHD.
And it does help.
Yeah, and I used to love it so much, and like when I turned like 12, 12, I hated it ever since.
I used to drink coffee when I was younger, and then I turned 12 years old, and I just didn't like it anymore. Yeah, I needed something more, like crystal meth. No. The coffee just didn't quite kick in for me. So I needed some speed. A little bit of cocaine really replaces coffee like this. Coffee. No, at 12. It's just so funny, though. At 12 years old, I quit coffee. Oh, wait, Cowboy. Shit. Cowboy, how long you been there?
Just got in, brother.
Oh, good. I'm so sorry. I'm not. All my faculties are not there right now.
No worries, man.
I'm on painkillers and muscle relaxers. So, yeah, this week, did you hear what happened? Why I didn't do the show this weekend?
No, I was occupied. So.
Were you occupied? Well, it's good though, or bad. Was it a good occupied?
Yeah, I was. Yeah. It was pretty cool. Yeah.
That sounds like you had too many edibles.
I ate
Is that what
quite a
happened?
few.
Too many edibles?
And hanging out at SeaWorld, yeah.
Oh, that's right. That's right. You went to SeaWorld.
Yeah.
Nice.
How was SeaWorld?
It was cool. I
SeaWorld's
mean,
I love SeaWorld.
You know, I love the roller coasters, man. I'm fanatic for them. So, but
I'm glad you
I
like the roller
also like the
coasters. My
resort,
wife likes
man.
to get
So
me
I
on
stayed at a
them to
nice
scare the
resort.
shit out of me.
Well, I like to stay at a nice resort when I go, and I typically find like timeshare places because they're real pushy. I go right in and tell them nope, don't even, and they leave me alone. So, I mean, I got 3 nights at a Hilton Vacation Club, overlooking the park. I mean, we sit in the room right on the balcony, watching the fireworks and drone show.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah,
And it was
hotels are
only
great.
like $500 for 3 nights.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about the
Excuse me.
B&B
Wow.
people.
That's not bad at all.
Or whatever. Yeah.
Oh no, man! I had a nice big metal table sitting out there. It was all screened in, but I was on the 6th floor, top floor. So
you can have a little
that's what I
smoke.
would
You can
tell
relax
everybody,
a little
man.
bit.
Get a top floor room with a balcony.
With a
Smoke all day
balcony.
long.
And
It
you
doesn't
just
bother
go right
nobody.
out on the balcony and smoke all you want. Right. Balcony is the key. So
It
important.
is. It really is.
Totally.
Believe it or not, I
And
took my
don't say
son over
anything. Don't
to
ask him if it's okay.
I took him over to Volcano Bay, to the water park, and I go over to the smoking section, and I walk up, and there's this dude, and he starts looking at me all funny. He goes, "Oh man." And he says, you wanna hit of this?" And I'm like, "Nah," because I don't smoke. People I don't know, I won't, But I'm like, no, I'm good because I already had enough edibles. And so he's like, "Damn, man, I smoked almost the whole thing." Yeah, he was smoking a big fatty right there. They don't care, man. There's those parks like that, they're very lax. Now Disney, forget it.
No, Disney, yeah, you can't get away with shit.
Right.
Disney, you
why
really
I had
can't.
my vape. I had my vape at SeaWorld and all right in my pouch, and they looked at it. Okay, cool. No problem. It went through the x-ray machine.
SeaWorld's like, we don't give a shit.
Dude, I had a cop back in like 2017. He looked, this was the vape too. It looked exactly like this. He's like, "Oh, what is that?" I was like, "Oh, this is tobacco. I do vaping." He knew it was fucking weed. He just didn't care.
I've been arrested with a cartridge like that and a vape, and I was underage. That he took it out of my pocket. He called my mom. He's like, "All right, listen, I'm gonna give these back to you because they're nicotine." And they gave them back to my mom.
That's nice.
I went to jail for that night.
Cool
but
yeah, but you don't get a lot of those. You really don't.
Right. You don't.
That's not something you experience with a lot of cool cops.
Oh, dude, I had
Florida.
a cop that was the Terminator. He looked and like that guy, the Terminator 2, the cop. He's nothing on his face, and he's just like, "You are being arrested." Like he's getting out his car. "You are being arrested." Like I didn't even do anything.
All the cops I've seen and that's dealt with me are pretty cool. Like
that's cool, yeah. A lot of them are cool, man.
I've met so many different personalities.
I've kicked one in the face before, and he never charged me.
You got lucky.
You
got incredibly lucky. No, Florida has a cop problem. The cops out here, 90% are total dicks.
Cool judges too, man. Let me tell you.
I mean, just total. I'm not going to sugarcoat it, but they all work I do want to mention that cops work a hard job. I want to mention that it's not a job that you get appreciated for.
Right.
It's not a job that I mean, you do get a great pension. You do get great retirement. And you get great insurance. You get great benefits because it's a shitty job. Because you almost feel shunned by society. You feel shunned by community, even though you feel like you're trying to bring it together. But as a cop, nobody trusts you.
There was a big revolt against police, right?
I respect Marion County and Bellevue cops because that's the county I live in, and that's most of the vicinity I go to, Bellevue. And they'd actually just stopped the child abductor recently, like just a week ago.
That's what I'm saying. I
I
mean, they're
remember
not all
seeing that.
bad.
Was
They're not
crazy.
all, and
Yeah,
they're not all bad. They're doing a
Well,
job that you don't want to do. You know, they're protecting. Now, we might feel as though they're protecting themselves sometimes, and in a sense, sometimes they are, because they feel so attacked by people and by the public. But we are in an age where we can watch and account for everything they do. They shouldn't be speeding through neighborhoods. If we can't, they can't. You know, if their lights are not on, they're not chasing somebody. They shouldn't be breaking the law, but they do. You know, they feel above the law on so many different
yeah.
ways, and that hurts
Oh yeah.
because they're supposed
Yeah.
to be an example for me.
Yeah. You get the cocky ones. I actually yesterday, man. I went to SeaWorld yesterday, and I'm walking around, and we get in line, and I'm talking to this guy. He's in a wheelchair, believe it or not. He's ex-military, and so of course, I thanked him for his service and all, and he started talking to me about my shirt I had on, my THC shirt, and he's actually coming down. He's from Washington State, and he's a former military cop that he has anxiety, or not anxiety, but epilepsy. And he says, man, that right there is the most wonderful thing that has helped me with my epilepsy. So I told
my aunt
him,
has
yeah.
epilepsy too. She uses that shit too.
You know,
Well, he's
right?
supposed to be in
So,
contact with me. He's moving down here. I'm gonna try and get him hooked up with Weed for Warriors and all.
yeah, oh,
Yeah.
absolutely. I think that'd be an amazing thing, and also try to get them hooked up with Veterans Cannabis Care with Rob Harmon,
Well, I
because he's a
told him about
veteran.
the show. Yeah, I
Okay. Oh,
told him about the
awesome,
show too.
awesome.
So because I had
So,
like
all right.
3
So,
people stop me, man, and talk to me about the shirt. So I told him about the
and
show too. Why not?
hey, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Spread the
So I didn't
culture,
go on.
man.
So I'll tell you why I didn't go on Sunday, because I was in the hospital. Early Sunday or Saturday morning, I was outside feeding the goat, and the goat hit me pretty hard in the side. So I grabbed its horns and I held it up like this so I could drop his bucket of food. As I was doing that, I dropped the bucket of food, and all of a sudden I got what's called a thunderclap. At the base of my skull, or back of my neck, base of my skull, all the way to the top of my head, which it could have been a stroke, it could have been an aneurysm. It knocked me to the floor, and I crawled back to the house. And instead of calling the emergency immediately, I didn't. I waited. Don't wait, people. I'm telling you right now, if something like this happens to you, do not wait, because the longer you wait, the worse it's going to be. So I had this crazy thunderclap, got back to the house. Remember, this is like 7, 8 in the morning. I laid down and I passed. I mean, I didn't pass out, but I didn't move until like 2 o'clock. So I'm on the floor, not able to get up until 2 o'clock in the afternoon from like 7, 8 in the morning. And I'm not, this is not me. I mean, like I do shit. I get up, I go, I fucking move. No, I didn't. And so I was in a lot of pain. It was really weird. So, anyways, I should have called the ambulance and I didn't. I went to sleep, which I'm so glad I woke up, because I feel
Yeah,
like I
man.
might have not. So I got up first thing in the morning and I went to the emergency in Stark. Went to the emergency. They did EKGs, chest scans, CT scans, a lumbar tap, and you name it. And then they ended up sending me to Gainesville, where I was supposed to get the MRI, but I'm there all day long, and I'm going to find out now. I'm going to be there 3 days before I even get this MRI. I was like, oh, no, 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 no. So I checked myself out Sunday night, and then during the show, I was in the Uber, so I didn't do the show. Plus, I was in the hospital all day. I wasn't exactly thinking about it. So I checked myself out. I got home. Monday, I wake up and I couldn't move. Like, my back was on fire because of the lumbar tap, the spinal tap. My neck to my head is like all migraine, all crazy. I mean, blinding pain. And I was worried that maybe I had a brain bleed or something going on. I had no pain medication, zero. I looked everywhere, even for old medication, right? I couldn't find anything. I came into the room and I saw this. I was like, now, keep in mind, look, I teach people about cannabis. I'm a cannabis advocate, and it's done great things for me minutely in so many different areas. But I was in such pain. I mean, I couldn't even think straight. So I was like, okay, this has got to work. I know it's going to work, right? So I got the syringe, a 1 gram. You can tell there's not that much left. It's been really useful. So Monday, I did it. I'm like, I got this. So I put a little dot on my finger and I rubbed it right underneath, right here on my gums. Now, 20 minutes later, all the pain was gone. 20 minutes later.
20 minutes is the time it takes for medicine to work. Yep.
But the crazy part is I'm not using a pharmaceutical. I'm not using an opioid. I'm not using something that I can get addicted to. I'm not using something that's going to destroy my system.
Something that's patented by Pfizer that costs
something natural.
Exactly, something natural. But what shocked me, look, and I've been working with cannabis for years, longer than some people have been alive. And it shocked me how complete. Well, I know it works, but it's never worked for me this completely. Like for me, cannabis has worked a little bit, and in its combination, it's helped me tremendously. But we're talking about neck to head, migraine, just the worst pain that you can imagine. That's what I was getting. I couldn't even stand up. It was so bad. And then my back was on fire. I lay down, it hurts. I turn, it hurts. I sit, it hurts. No matter where you move, it hurts. So I was crying. That's how bad the pain was. I was crying and I checked myself out. So they weren't going to give me any pain pills, right? They're not going to give me shit. I checked myself out. So here I am with this syringe and I gave myself a little dot. I did the dot. 20 minutes later, I'm like a new fucking person. And I'm like, holy shit. But it started to wear off. So I did another one. Well, that second one kind of helped. It was probably a lot bigger too. It helped go for a good portion of the day. I felt great. Then I did it again and again and again. Now, I fell asleep Monday night, but I woke up like 2 o'clock in the morning because I was so high. Like not even regular high. I was crazy high. I don't think the high is what woke me up. I think the thing is I had to go to the bathroom or something, but I got up and I was like crazy dizzy. And I was afraid it was because of the injury. So I'm like, holy shit. So the next morning I get up, Tuesday morning, I got up and I was really high. I was like, it was still kicking in. I'm like, shit. And I'm dizzy. I'm slurring my speech.
Right,
so
you weren't sure what it is, right? Yeah.
Right. So I didn't know if it was the cannabis or if it was the injury. So right. I didn't do any. I didn't take any syringe on Tuesday until I was totally sober. And I was in so much pain that
and you repeated the experiment again, and it worked.
Well, right. So I was in so much pain, though. I mean, like I waited and waited and waited to the very last point to make sure that it was either cannabis or the the problem. So I did one drop, took the drop, and 20-30 minutes later, I felt great. Not amazing. I felt better. You're talking about mind-numbing pain.
If you don't
all of a sudden,
if you don't push back on healthcare people, they will take you down a garden path of fucking 25 medications.
Yes, and things that you have to take for the rest of your life. Things that you would have to take for the rest of your life. That's not fair.
I caught them. The nurse calls me up. Your father's been in here a number of times. We're going to go over the medication list. And I knew. I'm like, well, you're not following the Beers protocol. He's on 25 different medications. So we should need to reduce those. Also, he's taken Benadryl, which is DPH or diphenhydramine, and the blue sleeping pills, and it's for allergies, but it makes you drowsy too. And he was taking them every day. And I told him this, and they're like, oh. So like I could hear the fear they had of me And they just stopped being, because usually they're like, okay, we're gonna go over the list now, and that stopped. They were like, they were a different person. They woke up.
Let me tell you something.
Shit, I
the
can be
hospitals, the pharmaceutical companies, they want to put you on as many medicines as possible.
I caught them,
and they do this. Well, look, they do
this. Guilty.
Once they get you on these medications, you're on them. You can't get off again. Look at Angie's father. Angie, my wife's father.
Good, please.
My wife's father. Recently, they changed him on the new medications and without special testing, without this, without that, and then all of a sudden, what happens? He gets a brain aneurysm. He gets a freaking aneurysm because of the fucking medication. So he almost died because of them, and because they didn't test properly. Because they were practicing physicians. That means they're practicing on him. They don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Two words.
He overdosed. He basically
You think you're a patient, but really you're a research subject. And the fact that they're wearing a lab coat is letting you know they're doing science on you. Wake up. Yeah, it's the thing. But you need them. Like we said, you need those doctors.
That's what ended up happening.
No BS doctors, right?
Now, I don't take pain meds, and I don't do muscle relaxers, and I don't do. But look at me. I'm doing one right now. I'm on pain meds and muscle relaxers because if it wasn't for that, so Tuesday I did the rosin, and the rosin was great. Look, cannabis works so completely. Even I, being in the industry, knowing how good it is, didn't think that it would take away all the pain that I was having.
I have a patient who's actually, I'm not a patient, but it did. I have someone in my extended tribe, important people to me, loved ones, who is in Florida, and they're in pain from surgery recently, and I don't think they've considered cannabis as I'm going to talk to them about gummies, or I don't think they smoke, but like gummies and stuff like that, if it helps with the pain, that might be a good thing for them to try.
I can't cough. Coughing hurts like fucking crazy. Coughing is bad. That's what I'm doing. Whenever I'm dealing with. So I didn't even get to tell you. I busted all the. So anyways, long story short, the doctor today read the results from the CT scans, the lumbar punch, the
He did.
So my proteins are elevated, meaning there was bleeding, and there was a massive shock, and there's an imbalance in my spine right now. But so the doc basically said that, from what he understands, he believes I've busted like a bunch of capillaries at the base of my skull, meaning the recovery is going to be months. I'm going to be in pain for months. That scares me because there's no way I'm going to be on these pain pills and muscle relaxers for months. I'm not going to allow myself to do that. I mean, this week. Well, but I know the cannabis will work. I just have to find that happy.
Yeah, you don't want to get addicted to opiates. That's for sure.
No, and that's the crazy thing. But that's the system they put you in. That's the system they want you to follow. And look, we tried talking about getting kickbacks. We tried doing the conversation about our food, and I feel like that they're poisoning us. Oh, holy shit. Wait a second. Food? Holy shit. Wait. We're going to talk about this for a moment. Fucking food in the hospital. This is terrible. Look, it's not even a joke. People are dying in the hospital, and they're getting the worst food they will ever be served ever.
Oh, it's horrible.
It's supposed to be healthy. I mean, they're giving you plastic bottled water from Aquafina, which means chemically induced water, just like Dasani. And then, so they brought over a tray. I didn't eat it. Also, one of the reasons I checked out was I was incredibly hungry. But so in the tray, I hope you're ready for this, were boiled Brussels sprouts. Boiled Brussels sprouts.
That's got to be the worst thing ever.
It is the worst thing. Worse than that is if it would have been boiled mashed Brussels sprouts with peas. I hate peas. So this is unless they're done on like a skillet with butter and shit, that's a good pea. So over here, they had broiled Brussels sprouts. They had mashed, runny sweet potato that smelled, and I could swear there was a hair growing out of it. And then a slab of meat that was jelly on one side. Looks like it came out of a can. Like it was chicken in a can or tuna in a can.
You received Cisco Meals Ready to Eat #5. Brussels sprout and potato paste.
That's it, man.
Where I was more shocked than anything was how disgusting, how nutrient-less, how unappealing, how it made me sick to my stomach, the smell. Oh, and for dessert was a bagged angel food cake looking thing that when you open it, it smells like chemicals. So I didn't eat that either. I ate nothing. I couldn't drink their shitty water. And then I'm like, "You guys have anything else to drink?" And he's like, "No."
So the long-term nursing facilities tend to have better food than your hospitals. And the food's actually not
I would
bad.
hope so. If somebody's dying, they better have the best food of their entire life. Holy shit.
And that's the thought, yeah.
Man.
They have recreation
hospitals,
things to do, better food,
This is why I believe in society, we are being fed food. I mean, we're doing it to ourselves. We're eating the McDonald's. We're eating the Burger Kings. We're eating shit. We're eating shit on top of shit, and we think it's okay to feed to our kids. We think it's okay, but it's not okay. And it makes them sick systemically so that you have to go to the fucking doctor and get prescribed some shit so you can go back to eating your shit.
I watched it with my father.
It's a cycle of shit, people.
Yeah, the DPH, it kills your brain. You see shadow people, and it kills your kidneys. You had kidney problems, brain problems. It was all there.
McDonald's, their chicken nuggets aren't even chicken. Their chicken nuggets are held together by like a sinew, a glue. And
they take 5,000 chickens
parts.
And mix them up into one vat. Yeah. And then
I think the cat just walked in here, farted, and left.
That's funny. Cats will do that. So get on your lap and then stick their face.
I just got fucking cough dusted by the cat. Disgusting. Oh my God, it's giving me a headache.
That's great.
Oh my God, that is so awful. Did you seriously? It's like she walked in here, took a shit, and left. Oh my God, this is like the worst thing in the. Oh my God. I know it's you, Shadow. Where are you? Little shit. I know it's Shadow. Okay. I'll find her. I'll find that.
She's under the bed laughing.
She is. She's going to take a shit under the bed, too, and start laughing. Fucking cats. Look, I'm not a cat person. I was with Gracie. I had a Persian that was the most intelligent, loving, amazing cat in the entire world.
It's a
it does. I wasn't a cat person then. I actually bought that cat for my wife, which it's her birthday on Friday. But I bought the cat for my wife, and the cat just loved me. It loved my wife too, but it was like we have like a connection.
Cat is called Shadow as well.
Is it? Careful.
Could it be the same cat?
I'm
just. You never see him in the same place, two places at once.
So,
and you can tell they know more than you do. Like they know, like that they know, but that they don't know that you know that they know that.
I feel like Shadow is the reincarnated, the reincarnation of my wife's mother, or at least she took her body. She took the cat because it was her cat, and I didn't want to bring the cat home with me, and I didn't. So when I went and picked up my wife and picked up a trailer full of stuff, they were begging me to take the cat, and I said no, over your dead body and my own. I'm not taking the cat. So I didn't, and then Angie's dad ended up packing the cat up and drove with more stuff, not that much more, but drove with that cat from West Virginia all the way down here to drop off that cat, because obviously he really wanted to get rid of it. So, and at that point, I can't say no. At that point, it was like,
you're here, Dave. The cat's
and
here.
Dave, if you're watching the show right now, hey Dave, I know you watched the show. I know you watched. That was some sneaky shit. Listen here, that was the sneakiest shit ever. I I see you dropping off that freaking cat over here. Now, do we love Shadow?
Cat? Do you let him out?
No.
Oh,
Yeah, none of our cats go outside because we have.
I have always let my animals out, you know. So I don't know.
No, Gracie, I used to let her out when I lived in a neighborhood, but we don't live in a neighborhood. And out here, you let a cat out, you better be a tough ass cat, because there are coyotes, there are hawks, and the hawks will come down and swoop a cat. If you're small, they will swoop a cat. Those hawks aren't fucking around.
Well,
you got
city,
coyotes, you got chupacabras out here.
You know, I mean, cats are somewhat smart. I mean, they're really smart.
So,
they're cunning. Yeah.
The last 2 cats we had, they were outdoor, indoor cats, and they just, when they went outdoor, they left.
Right, I can understand that.
We got Rosa, and Shadow. Rosabella and Shadow. Now, Rosabella is my daughter's cat, and that's the cat she got for her birthday that I said, I don't want to get a cat. I'm not going to get you a cat. She was like, it's my birthday. I'm like, I'll get you whatever you want.
Right. That's love, you know. But
no, I wasn't a cat person. So cats are very intelligent. Cats are very intelligent. They're very, very smart. And there's a reason the Egyptians held them up on high.
Right.
You know, Egyptian culture, they looked at cats like gods.
Oh, yeah.
Is there even an episode of Ancient Aliens for that? I bet there is. Cats.
I bet there is.
Yeah,
I'm not saying it's aliens, but actually I'm trying to get to Tsoukalos, the haircut, Giorgio Tsoukalos. He's the guy who's like, I'm not saying it's aliens, but
so it's pretty neat. You know the guy that does the voiceover for Ancient Aliens? You know, Egypt 2004.
Egypt.
That guy talks like that. I'm actually connected with that guy on LinkedIn because I thought he would be a cool guy to work with, like, because people would recognize that voice in a sci-fi series as something cool and familiar, like, you know. Pennsylvania.
Well, I'll tell you something. This weekend I had a crazy scare though. I'm just gonna throw it out there. So sorry for not doing the show. And honestly, before I got onto the show tonight,
I checked in a few times too. I'm like, is he on? Is he on? Is he on?
You know, I did see. I thought you were starting up something on the Discord.
I did. I did both. I tried to start both. Yeah. I'll just stay on the Discord next time and see who shows up.
And it's just a live talk line, right?
Yeah. You just hit
the
window and it starts the thing, and then everyone can join just like this.
See, that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But no, I was just totally out of it, and so anyways, this morning I went to the doc and I got the pain pills.
That's good.
He let me know it's going to be a couple months in recovery, and he's like, how long can you not drive for? I'm like, I drove here.
Did he? Like, do you mind me asking you what he gave you? Did he give you Tylenol with codeine or?
Yeah.
Okay.
He gave me, I guess they're 800 milligram.
Yeah. I figured.
And then I also got these super itsy bitsy pills that are muscle relaxers, but tiny, teeny weeny yellow polka dot bikini.
Yeah, Tylenol 3 with codeine is the go-to thing for, like a stronger.
Well, I prefer morphine. I prefer,
Dude, a perk 10 will make any pain go away. It's beautiful.
Yeah, that's what they gave me when I was in the hospital.
The morphine? Yeah, great shit.
For my ribs.
Great shit. I mean, I'm not people. I know you're watching the show. You're like, Oren, but that's not cannabis. I'm like, listen.
Thank God for anesthetic. I mean, before oh my God.
So just so you know, the reason go ahead, Cowboy. I'm sorry.
Kidney stones, man. You pass a kidney stone, you're hurting.
That's what I was about to mention. When I went, I've been twice now.
Yeah, it's
the most painful thing. No, he's right. And actually, the 2 times that I've been,
Cowboy, what did you take for that?
They when I got there, they actually gave me Dilaudid.
Dilaudid. So they gave me Dilaudid the other day, and I got Dilaudid a couple times. and that stuff works pretty good. It makes me nauseous.
It starts burning, but man, then it's all over, man. You feel good.
It burns for just a second, and then no pain. Well, when my kidney stones, the last 2 times I've gone in for kidney stones, 3 times, but 2 times they gave me morphine, and you're just like, yes, that's amazing. I'm in such a good mood. I love all of you. Thank you so much. Thank you. No, morphine takes care of all that pain. But the reason I'm bringing it up now is when I had those terrible kidney stones, I tried smoking a joint and it didn't help. I tried doing an edible and it did not help. The pain was so incredibly bad, just just bending bad. Wow. So that's kind of intensify that by 10. And that's what I had, the thunderclap that happened this weekend.
Man.
And
well, brother, I'm glad to see you here, man.
Well, I'm glad to be here. Trust me. And here's the thing. I'm really not allowed to lift anything up. I'm not allowed to carry anything. I'm not allowed to do anything. Nothing strenuous. Even my coughing is strenuous right now. So it's hard for me not to do something. It's hard for me not to. But I did eat good before the show. I normally I don't eat very much. And it's not to lose weight. I'm not hungry. I don't like food. I like food. I just don't like what's out there. I don't like fast food. I don't like pre-prepared meals. I don't like that they're poisoning us in the grocery stores and we're buying it. We are buying it.
I eat Stouffer's TV dinners every once in a while, and it's like the worst shit, man.
I used to live on those. Listen, I used to live on those TV dinners. For a long time, I'm not going to cook for myself. So TV dinners, quickie. And the amount of carbohydrates, the salts, the sodium, the glyphosates, the whatever I can't pronounce that's in there, it's in there. And you are putting that into your body.
Polysorbate.
Now, I know sorbate, but you got to eat, and I understand. Oh, yeah. So do you cook, or do you like to cook?
Not these days, man. I don't know. I'm just,
Why? Is it because it's just for you, or is it,
there's some food waste because it's just me. So making a bigger meal is like going to be 2 days of meal.
How about meal prepping? Have you thought of doing like any meal prepping?
I go through phases, brother. I go through phases. I can go through the cereal phase. I go through the TV dinner phase. I go through the fast food takeout phase, and then I go into the go to the pub and have like something there phase, like eat out phase. And it depends how much money I got, really, to be honest.
I was going through the dips. I like dips, like because I'm alone over here. I like dips. Everything's in a dip.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah.
Well, it's like
I was eating little salads for a while, like Italian.
Well, you could pick up these really interesting dips. Not just hummus. You got hummus and French onion, and you got a baba ganoush dip. You've got a burnt
celery,
burnt
carrot. When you get little baby carrots and celery.
There are hundreds of dips, and you can use chips. Different chips. A chip becomes a meal. A dip and a chip becomes a meal. And if you could dip chip. A bunch of different dips. Now you're getting like a whole world of goodies.
Celery, I mean, those are good in it too. If you want something better,
100%. Now you get a little bit of freshness. You get a little bit of salad. So no, I've gone through that. The sometimes it's this, sometimes it's that, and I don't just advocate to cook at home. I do it as a cost saving measure. I do it as a health measure. This way I know what's in my food. Now, when I said, do you like to cook? Cooking is not just to feed oneself. Cooking is to feed your soul with creativity, with excitement, with wonder. Cooking is for you.
Yeah. I was watching Goodfellas and they were making the meatball dinner.
Yeah, forget about it.
I got inspired and I started making meatballs like for the next couple of weeks. But like I said, it ends up being.
And wasn't it like the most delicious meatball in the world? Did you not come up with like a gorgeous recipe?
Yeah,
By the end of those couple of weeks, you were making meatballs like a pro.
I'd actually dice up.
Let me show you how to make a meatball.
Dice up a green pepper, dice up an onion, throw it in there. But then I just started using garlic powder and and onion powder and just use ragu sauce or whatever. I never really made homemade sauce.
See, we need to make the other night I made a shakshuka just for me. Look, nobody, it was just last night. And I wasn't feeling good, but I made a shakshuka. Now, shakshuka is a tomato base, tomatoes stewed down into a sauce, a little bit of honey, a little bit of sugar, a little bit of salt, some fresh garlic and shit. But you let it sit all day. You let it simmer on a really low heat. Don't fuck with it. Just let it sit. Then you do a little mixy.
And more family, a little bit of both. If there was other people here and I had more money and that, like, tree of knowledge, tree of life sort of thing, more of both, you know.
But no, that was cheap. Let me tell you how to do a shakshuka. Super cheap.
I would do it more
super
often.
Cheap. Look,
like back in the day, 20 years ago,
there was nobody here. There was nobody here, and I'm hungry, Chris. I'm telling you, there was nobody here.
20 years ago, I was more.
Now, when I make a shakshuka, I usually do a big pan.
20 years ago,
I did a little pan. I did a sauce. I simmered it down.
We were just talking about Brussels sprouts, growing them up and putting stuff. I mean, dude, I can just visualize that. You're putting stuff in there.
But you make it, look, there's things you can do to make it easy. Look, the shakshuka, what a shakshuka is, just quickly so you know, it's basically a tomato base that's been cooking all day with eggs. And what you do, you take your egg and you crack your egg right into it and you put it into the oven. And that way it cooks it from the top. So it does a quick cookie so you get the runny eggs. So you crack into the egg, and that with the tomato sauce is like delicious. Now, some people put sausage into that as well. So you got like a sausage, shakshuka. What I did.
Putting soft-boiled eggs? What are
no, not soft-boiled, raw eggs. You just crack them in. And then while you're cooking the sauce is bubbling.
You make little sauce, right?
Well, no. You don't mix it in. You make a little well in the sauce. And then you crack your egg in, and then you cover it, and you let it cook just a little bit more so that it whitens over the top of the egg.
On top that you can eat.
Exactly. Little like over easies. So like beautiful little over easies now nestled in the sauce in many places that could have sausage in it. What I like to do.
Potatoes eggs and.
Well, not scrambled. Not scrambled. You just crack them in. You don't mix
it.
You just crack it in.
I've had
could do different things.
I like,
So, but what I do, it's a tomato base. You got the eggs, and then I like to take a wheel.
Oh, you don't scramble them up, but they're over easy. Oh,
exactly. Okay. And then I like to take a wheel of cheese or a chunk of goat cheese, and I'll put it right in the center. And then, so it's been on the stove. I take it off the stove. I'm going to put it in the oven. So now, once I crack the eggs and put the goat cheese in the middle, I put the whole thing in the oven, and then I take it out. It's the eggs are almost done. When I see the eggs are just white, then I hit it with Parmigiano, Asiago. I'm going to hit it with a little bit of mozzarella, a little bit, not too much. Then you shove it back in the oven for a second. Then you bring it back out. Now you have shakshuka. Do you know how cheap this was? Eggs are cheap. Tomatoes are cheap. Making your own sauce is cheap. All those ingredients that I just put, and I did it on a small scale. Small scale, my cost was under $5. Boom. Because of what I used, under $5. And I made myself a beautiful personal shakshuka, which I only ate half of it because I was in pain. And you throw a little bit of, you get garlic on that. Maybe you want to do some onion powder, put a little onion powder. You want to dice up some onions and caramelize them, then shove that in there, do it. That's going to be beautiful in the sauce. The sauce holds the major flavor. The eggs with the gooiness is nice with texture, and that combines beautifully with the sauce. And then the goat cheese or the brie, depending on which one you put in the middle, the brie makes it more expensive. The goat cheese is only $1.50 over at where? Aldi's. So the goat cheese is super cheap, $1.50, and I cut it in half. So I only used 75 cents worth of goat cheese. I used 4 of the Campari tomatoes, 4 on the vine. Okay, so that only maybe cost me 50 cents, whatever. I used a little bit of sauce that I had in the fridge, and I let it simmer, and I added to it. That didn't really cost me anything, so I've already used it and made my money on it by eating it. The eggs, I got them from the barn. Now you got to buy eggs. All right, so you're going to use 4 eggs. I used 4 eggs. 4 eggs. What is that? That costs nothing. It's $1. $1. So I'm telling you, under $5.
Yeah, it's a few dollars for a dozen eggs.
And I had fun. I enjoyed it. I loved making it. I was singing a little bit. I was like, da 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 pizza pie, hey, hey, hey. Oh shit! I can't do that.
No, to be honest with you, I've never only a few times I've cooked where I've been like, oh, this is good, it's fun, you know. Like usually it's just.
Do you need a cookbook? Do you want a cookbook? Because I'll put one together.
I'm a single guy, and the amount of effort and time and cleanup and waste and economy of things, it's like it's really rough, man. Being a single guy, I'm telling you, like you got to pay all the bills yourself. There's no person there to even talk to. I'm just here by myself, you know, like me and my Stratocaster. That's it, and my plants.
You know something? I'm there with you. Do you do any
and
VR?
The bugs that crawl around occasionally, you know.
Do you get into VR at all? Virtual reality?
No, I'm not.
Meta headsets and shit.
No, I'm not into that. I'm not into that. I would really like to shoot my TV series in 3D. I think like you remember Metal Storm and other films in the 80s that were 3D. I thought they were fun, you know. Like I would do both 3D and non-3D. But I think that would be an innovative thing to do because, you know, I want to do things that other people haven't done already just to make it worthwhile doing, you know?
Okay. Yeah.
Like we've already had
I see King Swiss says he likes being alone. You only got to please yourself. And that's true.
Peaceful. It's very peaceful.
It can be. It can be. Look, so my whole life, I've never really been alone. I've always had the family with me. I've always had a family.
Got it. Yeah.
You know, even when I was a DJ back in the day, I was never alone.
I used to have a more busy lifestyle. I used to with people and a girlfriend, roommate, and you know her kids.
But see, the older I'm getting, like right now, Angie's taking care of her dad in Maryland, and she's working so hard doing that. Really proud of everything she's putting together. It's her birthday on Friday, by the way. She's gonna be no age.
See? Well, happy birthday there for her.
And I've been making sure she gets a gift a day. So she's going to get a really special birthday card on her birthday, but it's really freaking special. Like it's one of those that does fucking special shit. And, and then I've got cookies coming tomorrow. I had a pre-birthday gift come today. She got back scratchers. She got flowers. She got, which she should be getting more on her birthday. She got flowers. She got blankets and cups and all these fun things to start getting her in the good mood of a birthday. Because a lot of times people look at a birthday and they just celebrate the day.
I don't.
But it's just, it's to me, a birthday is a day of appreciation. I'm not celebrating the birth. I'm appreciating the person on their individual day. That really their parents should be celebrated.
Other people's birthdays, yeah.
Because the parents are the ones who made you. But no, birthdays are interesting. So I do this every day. Like tomorrow, she's getting some great cookies, and chocolates. I'm like cookies and chocolates, and you know, just every day you get something different. And that way, when it hits your birthday, you're like, yeah, I feel good about it. I want her to feel good about it. That's all. I mean, I know she's been working hard with her dad. She's having it rough over there, you know. Oh, it's the cats. I bought her an RV, a small RV that somewhere she can sleep and stay. And I'm not. I wanted to be there for the birthday, but with whatever this happening to me, my driving is limited. This has been a shocker to me from Saturday. I'm doing a lot better today, and right now, by the way, my brain's all over the place. I feel that. I feel like it's leaking out of my ears or something, because everything hurts. Everything hurts. Everything hurts. It's a weird. I want to remind everybody that if something happens to you, call the ambulance. Don't be stubborn like me. You know, don't wait. Go immediately. And an emergency room has a lot of the tools needed to find out what's going on with you immediately. If you don't want to be sent off somewhere else, don't go. No, but find out, get the MRIs, get the help. If you have insurance, use it. But, yeah. What was I talking about? We see Candever, I like when I like. No complaints from anyone but landlord. Yeah, no complaints from anybody but the landlord. So anyways, I've always had somebody, and I just didn't go up there. So I'm me being alone. I understand. It's hard. It's been a long time since I've been alone. But honestly, I kind of need the recharge. You know, I miss everybody tremendously, but it's not so bad. Would I want to be alone? I have already funny views on society and on dating and things like that because in today's society we are cooked. We are cooked. There's social interaction when you're young is always one thing, but when you get past that 27 stage, you know, 20, 26, 27, 28 years old, you start to rejoin society. And that's where I think people are separate. That's where I think there's no interactivity anymore. No companionship of people, just individuals. And we're all turning into a world of individuals, which we're individual people, but we need others. We need to be able to spread our energy and vibe. And it feels like such a rare thing these days. Um, Anyways, I don't know what the hell I'm rambling on about. Yeah. Okay.
Loss of short-term memory is a sign
No,
of using cannabis.
no. Right now, there's a lot of disinformation out there. Right now, there's a lot of crap on the airwaves. Where people are talking bad about cannabis right now. I don't know. All over Facebook, I've seen it.
Okay, yeah.
There's
Let
these
me
Jesus
explain
ads.
that.
By the way, they're the funniest shit I've ever seen.
On-
Jesus
on-
smites you, and you cannabis potheads. I was like, oh,
So you'll notice some of the posts on LinkedIn say suggested. And I'm like, let me look at what they're suggesting here. And every one of them is AI is slop. AI is this. A book deal fell through because of AI. AI is bad. AI bad. AI bad. I'm like, let me just hit the X on each one of these suggested posts on LinkedIn and see where it leads me to. Right? Because it's going to lead me down a gradient descent of the path of the AI model that's in the background. And I'm going to shape its impression of me and see what it's made of. I did. And I kept on clicking them. And I went through and I eventually got to like a think tank that was like, there's backlash against AI. And it's like the Brookings Institute, one of these things with the blue background, whatever, think tanks that was conveying the same damn AI slop message. And I'm like, let me see how much further this rabbit hole goes. So
they are pushing agenda down our throats.
They're pushing agendas on people.
Well, they're creating reality. Look, the more you see it, the more you believe it.
And they're measuring which group you're in. So they're not only promoting the AI slop, but they're separating people into AI is not slop and AI is slop groups. And I'm like in the group that's like, I don't give a fuck. And I'm clicking the thing and it's revealing its hidden shadow. It's like the AI is projecting its shadow and showing me what it wants me to think, how it's trying to read what I'm thinking. And I'm looking at it and I'm like, what the fuck? This is all. No wonder
by the way, everybody, I just want to remind you that Christopher here works with computers, works in programming. He computer scientist. And as a
very junior data scientist, I understand some theories with AI and things like that,
So where Chris is talking, he talks from a place of understanding and knowing.
Yes, I'm an expert in computer science.
I wasn't going to be like, you're an expert. No.
Just like you're an expert marketing field, you're a marketing field cannabis expert. You're the dude.
I am
dude.
An expert. No, I'm
just like Kelly's the expert singer, man.
I call myself an education guru. And because I know everything cannabis, because I live it, I eat it, I breathe it, I smoke it, I drink it.
Same with computers. For me, with computers, I've been doing it since I was 12. The computer thing.
And so, me knowing computers quite well, I was a computer programmer.
Makes sense, right?
I was a troubleshooter.
They're programming us. They are.
Admin guy. I did computers for years, and that's my
programming
background.
Us and trying to measure how successful the programming is at persuading us into different camps.
He's much smarter than I've ever been.
So they're not saying AI is slop. They're saying some people think AI is slop and other people don't. So let's divide them and then see what we can do to tweak each group against each other.
I think they're creating something, and that's distraction.
They're making
in the creation of that, they are distracting us from something else. Look, AI at this point seems inevitable. and not really knowing
the amount
of.
It's been here for years. Hollywood and the media is afraid of it.
I've seen it's been here recently. A lot longer than we realize, and movies have been trying to let us know for many years,
decades.
But
that's all
they've been disinformation. They've been breaking us down to where now it comes out, and it's like, okay, all right, like you just accept it. Now, do I use AI? Yes. Does AI create for me? No. I do what's called long form explanations, and I write my own stuff.
You plan out.
Now, do I? I mean, are my words perfect? No. AI fixes that. Is my spelling perfect? Far from it. Is my punctuation perfect?
I wrote my novels.
I don't punctuate
I used AI to write my novels, but I did exactly what you did. I had it all planned out. I have the outlines of what I want.
Well, and so everything is in a prompt, and the prompting.
Fucking big robots
of AI,
twigs, whatever,
Well,
I can make shit up. Like
how you put these things together. It comes from AI is really just a mirror.
I can prove
it's mirroring.
I can prove all my prompts. I have all the paper.
I believe you can. I believe you can.
Because I knew the day would come when someone would be like, "Oh, you just generated all that." And I'll be like, "No, I did 180 podcasts. I've been in my LinkedIn profile. I'm doing guitar jams. I'm making a soundtrack. Yeah, I'm using AI like everybody else. Now all of a sudden, in the past 2-3 weeks, it's like AI slop. They're adding an AI slop button. Oh yeah, it's not just LinkedIn. It's other sites added it too, like Discord or whatever added AI slop.
What is that? I haven't heard this.
There's an AI slop button now where you can say, "Oh, that seems like AI slop." So you know what AI slop is? It's anything that person doesn't agree with is AI slop, and they'll just label everything that.
I don't care. I mean, I don't care to be labeled. I don't care what they label me.
Yeah,
I don't care what they
really
label me. No. I think it comes down to not giving a shit. Like, I'll tell you, I got a buddy who does construction. Yeah. And he works hard. He's a hardworking guy.
Yeah, you have to not give a shit. Exactly. Do your own thing. Right. Exactly. Yeah.
So just recently he did a job and he came to get paid. Or he needed a draw for the materials or whatever. And the Karen that he was working for basically called the cops on him because he was looking for money. He goes, yeah. He goes, so basically he was trespassed.
Right, a Karen, ninny nanny,
trespassed, and he had to, and now he can't finish the job, and he also can't collect the money for it.
Exactly.
So it's like it was all set up, and they sat there and they talked smack about the guy. So he came over, we talked a little bit, and he was about to go on a tirade on social media, and I said, well, don't. Because it'll be forgotten about very quickly. Right. Don't, and it will pass. Say something and you antagonize it. Say something and you create something. So leave it the fuck alone.
Magnifying
100%.
They want you to react. It's what is it? You want to respond, not react.
So if you're going to label something I put out as an AI slop because it's my proofreader or it's my spell checker, well,
or I'm disabled and I can't write it. I need the assistance.
But then I tell them I don't care. It doesn't bother me.
Oh, I don't care. Yeah,
no. But I'm not like if somebody, and that I think is the biggest trick. The biggest trick is to not care what the 8 billion other people think.
Amazon didn't care. Now here's the thing: the EU. So the EU just passed a law. It was in effect 3 days ago. The EU, which doesn't apply here. But companies that are selling in the EU must now disclose their use of AI extensively. That's a new law. So that's worth mentioning.
So why?
Because you used AI to do a deep fake of someone or generate a fake person for an ad. I guess people want
That's different.
So listen, we were just talking about LinkedIn, AI slop, and the EU passing a law 3 days ago that says AI.
Yeah, but is that for deep fakes?
Do you see how these things are coming together? Do you see how they're coming together, though? These two things, the LinkedIn AI slop and this other thing that's like, oh, AI is bad in
because
the EU.
People are overusing it. They're not even thinking anymore.
Oh, right. They're not even
and they're
thinking.
just and so
Maybe we
you
do need
see the
laws. Maybe
same
it is the
stuff.
thing, you know,
You see the same stuff out for a little bit of everything. Now
I was doing it for a while.
Well, but that's the thing. We saw the ease. We saw the ease of AI.
Right.
People are using AI in combination is the smartest thing.
Right. It is.
Not turning to it like people have in 100%.
So,
do this, do this, do this, do this. Because it will never do right.
When I write
but when you're 50%ing it.
Right. So here's what I do with the AI. I'm using Codex, and it runs on my computer, runs in the command lines like text adventure, right? And you run it, and it's like, I'm like, look at this Jira ticket, and it's smart enough to reach into our Jira system where all the requests are. And I'm like, read this spec for what the changes to the software that was requested, and it'll do that. And I'm like, give me a number between 1 and 100, how confident you are that you've answered all the possible shit that can go wrong with this, because that's what I do, is eliminate all possible things that can go wrong to like a 9th degree of perfection, 99%, 99.999. I do that. Not that I'm, it's hard work. And so it'll tell me, oh, I don't know about this. I'm only 80% confident. And then once you answer the questions, I'll reach out to people, answer questions, feed more data in. I'm feeding data in and answering questions. I'm having a conversation. It ain't like it's just writing the code. We do some of that. But I think they get thrown back and they hand them to me. And then I have to like sit there and manually do it, but more of a conversation. But I did that with my books too. When I created stories for the Stealth Time Machine project, like individual episodes, I came up with the fucking ideas. Like, I'm like, I want a giant octopus and William Shatner guest stars or something. And I'm just throwing the William Shatner thing in there because I wanted to have a different guest star every week. Have new stars come into my show because you need star power and marketing. And that's my plan. I'm going to have a different guest star every week because I'm not a star. And a lot of the other people are just first-time actors, whatever. And so I need that star power in there. And but some of the people are award-winning known actors or whatever. But I would have mega stars in there, like Elon Musk guest stars or something, or some Billy Joel guest stars on the thing. And so that's how I was going to power the star power of the show. Anyway, I made all that up myself just because I used AI to like elaborate it or whatever. And I bounced that shit between AIs. I'm like, what's this AI think that AI thinks? And you know what I mean? Remember I was doing those podcasts for a while with the two artificial hosts. They were talking and stuff. Yeah, I still have all those videos. I have all my paperwork. So when I go to court, it's not going to be like, oh, he just hit a button. I'm going to be like, sure, I just hit a button. Here's all the buttons I hit, motherfucker. 180 videos, 180 stories, outlines, this, that. I don't know what got me started on it. Well, we were talking the EU and the stop. That's the thing. It's a new thing. I don't know if you've seen it. You'll notice it.
I haven't. I really haven't. I use it to help me with different things. Like I just put an article. So I just put an article out, and I used it to help me do the picture.
That was great. I love that.
And that's where I used AI. And so I used, I got me and I got some goats.
Yeah, look great.
My goats would never sit still for a picture. But they look almost just like that.
So I'm a computer scientist. I'm pretty good, guy. And I'm like, what do you mean AI swap? I thought that was awesome that the computer could generate a picture of you and some goats.
But the article is totally me. And
you wrote it. Right.
But what and again,
but even if you fed what you wrote through AI to like make it better or whatever, I don't care.
Well, so I basically wrote the entire thing, and I need this put into a post format.
Right.
So it took everything I had and it put it in a format for a post, and that's what I did. And I created an article and I created a story from it.
Yeah.
But it was all that's all my words. Everything there is me talking. So I talked long form to the AI. So I sat there, got on the phone, and just beginning to end, and then boom, and then this is what it gave me.
You have thoughts, what I just fucking said. I love it. Symbols, and you put those in, and then it helped you clean it up and make it better. But that's all you.
Well, and it got rid of some of my repeated, because I do repeat myself a lot.
Right.
My daughter says I repeat myself constantly. I'm like, do I? I don't remember that I'm saying shit. She's like, yeah, Dad, I'm
Tends to sound better, cleans it up. Why would anyone revolt against that? Unless there was a EU program where people try to pass a law that says AI is slop. And that's what I'm saying.
So there's a difference. I've seen people do a very short prompt and ask AI to write something, and AI will write it, and it's always in the format and in a certain way that you see all the other AI slop. So that would be AI slop. But then you see something that the prompt is like it's like for 30 minutes I've been talking to the friggin' AI. This is what I've gotten out of a 30-minute conversation. You know, there's a difference in the information that is there. So if AI had written what I had out there, it would have been lacking any of the personal information, lacking exactly what happened.
Right. Spirit, soul, human meaning. Right.
I mean, it shortened it. It actually shortened what I did.
There are people pushing the world around the pieces about AI, and I'm just letting you know, like, that's the thing.
Well, I don't use it to the extent, and would I be upset if I couldn't use it anymore? No.
Well, some people are extremists. They're like, oh my God, he wrote one sentence with AI.
I am enjoying the ease of a tool for a solo worker. I'm somebody who works on my own. And when you work on your own and nobody works for you, nobody does schedules, nobody does, runs my taxes, nobody but me.
I love the music aspect. Thank you, Cowboy, and the Suno. And then also Google Flow. I noticed that Google Flow is another music creator, and it creates more right out of the box backing tracks for me without the lead. Whereas Suno tends to put the lead in there. But if I got the Suno paid plan, the model might be better. But I just know the unpaid Suno. I love Suno, but I'm just saying those are the differences I noticed. I get a more reliable backing track out of Google Flow, where I'm like, don't put lead guitar in there, and it won't. Whereas like most of the time, 9 out of 10 times, it'll slip up. But Suno will always put a damn lead in there, I know I can extract the stems and stuff, but, just saying.
Oh, there's nice.
Sorry, I was real. I took the mic.
No, you're fine. You could tell I'm fucked up. I'm very. I can tell. I'm very slow.
Weed is hope. It is dreams. It is opening your mind. It is.
Maybe that's why they want. Maybe that's why Texas. Maybe that's why Texas is trying to crush people's dreams and hope. Maybe that's Texas and what they're putting together right now.
That's exactly right.
So earlier, before you jumped on the show, Cowboy, we were talking about in the beginning of the show the recent ban that Texas has just pushed, where basically all THC products have been banned, and you can get jail time for having like 1 gram. 1 gram. I mean, they've gone backwards, and it's a real shame. And beginning of the show, I have to tell you, I was actually quite upset because of that.
It is.
I've been following the politics of it. I've been following
taking away people
benefits from it.
Something that other states it's totally legal. Doesn't make sense.
Well, I here's the thing. It's an individual thing. It is something that Texas has. It's something that Texas has been trying to do for a while. They've been trying to get rid of cannabis for 6 years.
Legal. It's not legal in Texas. It's just that
we can't hear you. By the way, Cowboy, I think you muted yourself.
Oh, go ahead, Cowboy. Sorry.
No, he's muted. You've got a mute there. Oh, I didn't mute you. You muted yourself. Nope, we don't hear you. We hear nada. How
about now?
Yeah,
there you go.
We got Cowboy back. All right.
All these fancy computer things. No, what were we saying now? What were we just talking about? I totally lost track. Yeah.
I'm putting it all together. I just had a eureka.
Man, talk about a brain fart, man.
I just had a eureka moment, guys. We got the flock cameras And the AI tech bros building AI for them and data centers for them,
What
the
were we just
elite.
talking about?
And then we have, we have the EU cracking down on AI stop, which is us using AI. So they're taking AI away from us, but they're going to have it for all their stuff.
Oh, I know what we were talking about now. I clicked back in that the Texas. I can't remember his name.
The Texas
Republican Texas.
Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick and Governor
the other guy.
no.
Paxton? No, I don't know.
They're thinking the guy was actually telling them to their face basically that, and then this coming from a Republican, he said that we're going to go backwards on this.
Yeah,
people are going to get the marijuana, whether it's pharmaceutical or whatever.
Right.
They'll get it from the cartels, and it's just going to be
stronger.
So I mean, it's just
well, that's the thing.
Stupid.
They did this. They're saying they did this to keep it out of the hands of children.
But the
cartels don't care who they sell to.
Yeah, they don't.
They don't. The drug dealers are not going to be IDing anybody.
I hate to say it. I mean, it's not the Christians. It's the Christian radicals. It's the radicals that they're trying to bring
the big money
back to the 1880. And it's pathetic. They sit there and it's so hypocritical too, because they're saying, "Oh, Texas, we own Texas." Texas actually used to be owned by Mexico.
They know about the hypocrisy, and they like rubbing it in your face.
It's just, I'm sorry, but they're trying to make this whole country is trying to go backwards right now.
In 1984, we've always had marijuana. We've never had marijuana. Oh, marijuana is legal in Texas. What are you talking about? Oh, wait, it's not legal. Things like that.
I think we've gone right. So this is a step backwards, and this really is a huge hit in government-backed.
So they did pass it.
They passed it.
So it did pass.
It did, and this, if you're caught with it, now it's a jailable offense. They are really cracking down on people. So and keep in mind, I guess they didn't. This is backed by big pharma and big alcohol. I mean, it's so obvious. It's not like I'm just making it up anymore, or saying it's a possibility. This is big pharma taking control.
Yeah. Oren, I know you're from Texas too, and you got friends out there. So I mean, no disrespect there, but I mean, Texas to me, I feel like they want to separate from this country and be their own.
Well, they use that as a.
But the problem is, they're not going to be able to do. As soon as that happens, cartels are going to come right in. They've got a whole lot more manpower than and it's just a stupid move.
I remember when I was living there a couple times, Texas tried this.
It could be the cartels that push the law.
What's that?
He who has the most to gain would be the one pushing the law. Maybe the cartels push the law.
So they probably paid somebody, if they were smart, to help change the narrative, because the thing is, this brings it right back into their lap. They've been losing a ton of money, with these legal markets, but they've been in the legal markets. They're the ones in Texas. They own a bunch of these smoke shops. I mean, and I know.
That's why LinkedIn added the AI stop button all of a sudden, because the enforcement powers of the AI thing just came into effect 3 days ago, and that's why there's an AI stop button. And it's the same thing here.
I don't know what the hell you're talking about. What is
because there's an AI? I haven't seen it yet, but supposedly you can report a post as AI stop. Okay, and so people using AI without revealing it, essentially, which is the same thing that the law that's going into effect. So that AI stop button is to appease the EU. I think in the case of Texas, a similar thing could be happening. It probably is, whereas the cartels pay the politicians to make the laws backwards so that they get the free roam of the market and you don't, and it's more controlled by the criminals. There's a lot of shit that goes on behind the scenes in the shadows of society, that we don't see. Money passing, it's all money, right? Money,
well, it's all
power,
it's all money.
money and power, money and power, money and power, yeah.
Money, power, and control. Because in the control, they continue making money from us.
They continue making more money. It's not money.
Okay, all right. Something. Let's talk something a little more serious then. How do we change that? Now, wait. Okay, wait. This is a loaded question, and I would like to say that I would love.
It's a rhetorical question. It's a good one. I'll think about it before I answer.
Well, because and this is a larger. So right now they're destroying jobs, futures. They're taking away medicine from people who need it mentally, physically,
emotionally, spiritually. I need it.
Right. I mean, no. So
I should be able to grow it.
Dan Patrick, Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick, and the governor, the guy in the wheelchair.
Yeah, that guy. Yeah, I know who you're talking about. The glasses and everything.
All right. So is it just them, or do we go deeper? Is it? One sec. All right. Okay.
You could use AI to look up that information. You could say, based on the open source information, what groups are pushing what or whatever. But behind the scenes, there's always money.
But behind those groups, behind those individuals,
behind them, there's a shadow.
Gains for cannabis being controlled. So the prison, the prison industrial prison complex.
Yeah, I don't think that.
I think your politicians have a leg to stand on to argue something. The cops have a budget now to bust people for this shit. I mean, I think cannabis for the last 6 years has reshaped the budget in many different departments because they're not getting the same money to go after, and do the same things.
Yeah, I think the government's just a shield for the shadowy interests.
It's like racism. There is no more racism, right? There really isn't.
Well,
but they perpetuate racism so that, for example, look, what would Jesse Jackson do? What would Jesse Jackson Jr. do? What would they do if there was no more racism? They've made a job out of this stuff.
Right.
So they're perpetuating something to keep us
divided and easy to control.
Bingo.
It's all about control. I've realized that today. I'm walking around.
That's why I said it's not necessarily money.
Matrix. What's going on?
It's not. It's their own forms of eugenics.
For everybody. Life could be better for everybody, couldn't it?
It absolutely could. But that's if we're allowed by our overseers. And I have to say, I'm still, it's something that infuriates me. It's something that
there's a matrix, brother. Because like I said, think about it. All your money, right? Everything is going to cashless. So now they can track where you buy, what you buy. They know where you're at.
With the flock,
so it's a little bit
the illusion of freedom with a communist, or I don't know, not even communist, whatever it is,
fascist,
evil shadow controlled puppet thing, right? Like it don't matter what it could be. You can have communism and capitalism, but this shadow group is like controlling both, right?
Hey, have you ever watched the show Prison Break?
Yeah, I seen that. Yeah,
Prison Break is based on this. Episodes. I mean, when you think about it, because his brother is falsely accused of killing the president, but the president's not really dead. They've got him in a lockdown house in Colorado, hidden where he can't even escape, and they're playing the whole trick on it. Well, comes out this whole organization's called the Company, and they know everybody. They know everything.
Right.
Yeah.
You never leave the company. The company.
Yeah. So I mean, and it's the rich run the world,
Right. Yeah. Absolutely. Of course.
I mean, think about it. I mean,
It's common
You see
sense.
you see it at the theme parks. You can pull in parking for general parking's $30, but if you want preferred, you got to pay 65. You go inside, it's $20 for a cheeseburger and fries, or you can go to a nice sit down restaurant where they have really good food, and you're paying $100 a plate. So, you know,
Right.
it's keeping.
They're catering to the pros and the elite. The shadow group.
Well, I
So
mean,
maybe
no,
it is
there's a hidden agenda that's not so hidden. I mean, the hidden agenda, I really think it's out in the open, and we are starting to see the control of the matrix of sorts. You are born into a system that you owe. You work for that system. You know, you die in that system, and
Well, you know
you
what?
produce more people to do the same thing.
Someone told me this long ago. The first 4 to 5 months of your start of your physical year, you're working, you're paying the government.
All right, so
paying your taxes.
I gotta watch
and
what I say here.
Get left is what you get left, but you're not you're paying them to work.
It's your
your
income tax is voluntary. I don't want to go down that path because it is voluntary, but if you don't volunteer, you will be prosecuted.
Right.
So I'm
by their laws. That's what I'm saying. So we are.
He's like, you're right, Mr. Justice, but let me tell you something. The world ain't so perfect as you think it is on paper, right?
Well, I mean, that's why I'm for a fair tax, because I mean, if you look at right now, like sales tax and all that, man, 7.5%
property
just
tax
on every time you buy,
too, right? Like, didn't they do away with property tax in Florida?
They're working. I think they did.
They're talking about it. I think Orange County did it, but
right, they're working on it. That's something DeSantis is trying to push on a larger scale, which happens to be our governor.
But you know what they're going to do? They're going to jack our insurance up is what they're going to do.
You're right. We're going to have higher prices on different things. And so it's here in Florida, it's a give and take. I mean, we don't have to pay state taxes. You know, we and being here in Florida, it's pretty cost effective.
Oh, there's no state income tax?
No state income.
Is there
county sales tax?
What's the sales tax?
County sales tax. We don't have an income tax here.
Oh, just a county sales tax?
Yeah, I pay a monthly, I pay a yearly on my property. Like on the property that I own, I have to pay taxes. And they're not cheap. You know, they get you there. They're every year. And if you don't pay it, even if you own it, they'll take it.
Right.
Yeah, they'll take you, go to sale.
Right. They'll take your $5 million property and sell it for $100,000 to their brother.
Yeah.
Well, whoever they're selling it to. But no, Florida's not so bad, I guess. I mean, I've dealt with worse states.
No, I lived in Georgia. And they have a state income tax as well. And I mean, it makes it really hard to live, man, because half your check.
Everybody's got their hands in your pocket. Everybody's got their hands in your pocket.
And back then,
taking a little bit here and taking a little bit there. Yeah.
I can't talk.
You work overtime and the government gets more of your overtime than you made, out of it. It's kind of a crappy situation.
People kill themselves not being able to pay their taxes. And let me tell you something. You need to file your income tax returns if you have the money and wherewithal to do it, and pay your taxes and just stay out of their hair. Make peace with the shadow.
Oh yeah.
Hey, welcome, Major Ganji.
Hey,
welcome, Major Ganji, to the highly motivated stream.
Trying to see if I can flip it. I'm on my mobile here. Sorry.
That's quite all right. Sorry,
never used this.
We're glad you're jumping in.
Podcast lighting and pizzazz in my background. I mean, Major Ganji's got it all going on there.
Oh yeah, I'm at the actual studio right now.
I was about to say, is this your studio?
I can give you a quick little. I mean, I'll walk to the front so it makes sense. Yeah, I'll give you the from the front, like the quick little.
Awesome. So what do you record at the studio? It's a podcasting studio?
Yeah, absolutely. I was trying to flip my camera the other direction so you could see better.
And you have people come in and you do
I don't know why my thing does it.
Oh man,
It's got to be Restream.
Oh,
there's got to be easier ways.
He'll come back. He's a smart dude. Whereas Gavin gets sucked into a phantom zone and he's like, no.
Oh, why is it now? It's upside down. Oh gosh, like I've never used a camera before. Jeez Louise.
He's trying to show us things, and he does video.
Is it working now?
He's like, "What's?"
Yeah, there you go.
We can see that. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Now I can see what I'm seeing. So yeah, I've got come in through the front door right here. Oh, let's see. I guess just to give you the full experience. So yeah, we got the little, like, you coming in the front door. I have this workstation set up here that has 2 podcasting for the audio engineer and then the production. And we do like up to 6 people in this area here.
Very nice.
Yeah. So this is more like the serious thing in the groups, and
they come in. You got the real deal. Wow, he's a real producer. That's awesome.
Yeah. And you come through the drapes, and we have the whole back half. So we have this area over here.
Dude. Wow.
Yeah, so this is like the 2 podcast person.
I'm like the mic set. Now. This is like meeting Dr. Who.
We got the couch. This couch is going to go. This is going to change here.
That's awesome.
But yeah, basically this podcast table. Oh, I didn't turn other stuff on. I just had a meeting, so we had the fun lights turned off on the stage. But
looks like you got some music.
This is the stage area is usually set up for the band. And this table is usually over here. So anyway, like I said, things are kind of moved all around at the moment. But
so you can right. That's what you're doing.
Yeah. So this is like PA stuff and all that. I have an electronic drum set and some other. This is like camera gear. I just kind of hide with blankets so it doesn't look so messy. And then this is the big command station for that side over there. So headshot station and there's more gear in bathrooms and stuff. So.
Oh wow, dude.
Yeah, I have this is going to be the music production area to run the stage with that rack over here. So all this gear in the corner is going to be moved, and we're going to build another work area right here to do this whole podcast and the stage all as one like point. Wow. So it'll be kind of like my fun little corner. If that makes sense of cool fun stuff. So
that's awesome.
There was a quick little breakdown for you guys. Sorry to jump in and take over.
No, not at all. I think the studio looks awesome.
No, actually, thanks for the tour.
Yeah, 100%, 100%.
That's what I was saying. We have to we could do a showdown here, get THC playing on the stage. We got the stage area all set up. Make them some nice content for them too. It'd be a cool episode.
I really think so. Yeah. I really think so.
Space opera. I can have a real opera singer come in or something.
Yeah, we could do all sorts. We just have to do an Orlando meetup one day, have some fun, and let everybody have a smile. So we just did a pheno tasting. We tried some of the.
Well, we're glad you've jumped in. I'm sure. I don't know if you heard or not the what happened to me. Why we didn't have a show Sunday. And you did okay. Let's do it quickly. I'll run through it quickly. So Saturday morning, I went to go feed the goat. The goat hit me. I grabbed it by its horns and held it up, and I dropped its food. And as I dropped its food, I got like a thunderclap, and went from the back of my skull to the top of my head. Anyways, I should have gone to the emergency, but I didn't. I waited till the next day. Sunday, I went to the emergency. I had EKGs, CT scans, a lumbar tap, just a whole bunch of shit, chest x-rays. They were checking me for stroke, for aneurysm. And luckily, long story short here, it was none of those things. But I checked myself out of the hospital in Gainesville on Sunday night. And hey, there I am on Sunday night. And yeah, I was in terrible amounts of pain. So I basically tore busted all the capillaries in the base of my skull. And because in the lumbar tap, they could, or the torso tap, whatever they call it, basically a spinal tap. They saw inflammation. They saw raised levels of something, not placebos, I can't even think. I see myself there for a moment. I was like, shit, I can't think. Yeah, I put an article out. Basically, I fought the goat and the goat won. I fought the goat and the goat won. I fought the goat and the goat won. So right now I am hopped up on pain pills and muscle relaxers, which I don't take. So long story short, this one again. So I checked myself out of the hospital, and Monday I wake up and I can't move. My body's not just stiff, it's like it hurts. Like every movement is electric. And I couldn't find anything. Hey, oh, there's the article. And that's on LinkedIn. Thank you for showing that. Professor Time is showing that's the LinkedIn article that I put out while I was high. So Monday, I don't have any. Since I discharged myself from the hospital, all right, they didn't give me pain pills, they didn't give me muscle relaxers, they didn't do anything for me, and so I'm on my own. And so Monday comes, and I'm just in terrible pain, enough where I'm literally crying. So I don't have any pain pills around the house because I don't take pain pills, and because I don't take pain pills, uh, because I don't take pain pills, I'm not going to have them. So the only thing I had was the rosin, and I wrote it into the little story that I have there on LinkedIn. Also posted it on Facebook. I don't know if anybody's going to actually see it, but it discusses how surprised I ended up becoming. Even though I teach people about cannabis and terpenes and using things in combination, you don't think about it for yourself. I use cannabis and it's helped me a little bit here, a little bit there, a little bit everywhere, where it's made my life a whole lot better with all the little bits that cannabis has done. So the wild thing is I needed it so badly in this situation. And so I took a little bit, I put a little dot on my finger and I rubbed it under my tongue or on my gums. 20 minutes later, the reason I was so surprised, it took away all the pain, all the migraine, all the headache, all the back pain, all the burning, everything I was going through. It took it all away. And I was shocked. So when it started wearing off, I did another and another and another and another. So before I know it, I did 5 little dots, which were probably a lot more on the little dots than I thought about. And so I went to sleep and I was actually able to rest until 2 o'clock in the morning. When I woke up, probably had to go to the bathroom, and I was dizzy and I was out of it and I was nauseous. So I couldn't sleep and I couldn't go back to sleep. So, and then I ended up being high into the next morning, getting up. And I wasn't sure if the feelings I was getting were because of the thunderclap situation, like because you have to look out for certain things. They tell you to look out for slurred speech. I was slurring my speech. I was, I was dizzy. It was because of this. It was so strong that it took away all the pain, but it fucked me up.
Yeah.
And I mean, big time.
Yeah, it will. That's exactly what I used when I took that little Debbie and I put 2 lines, which was like almost the whole thing.
Man,
And
yeah.
it fucked me up, man.
It does.
So they tell you, hey, if you start feeling like that, they say to chew on a peppercorn.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
And it's supposed
No,
to.
I'll remember that. Because I was so high, I couldn't relax. And then comes Tuesday. Now I haven't slept, and so Tuesday I'm trying to let it wear off me, so I can see what's what and why I'm feeling a certain way. And the pain was so bad on Tuesday I couldn't even think. So I did another little dab will do ya, and that little dab did me. And then I basically did two little dabs that day. But such a wild thing, because this took it away. This is even doing a better job than the pain pills and the muscle relaxer, because right now I'm having some problems. I've been sitting kind of in one position for a bit, so I'm going to talk from back here. I'm not gonna overdo it. I'm just gonna we're gonna readjust a little bit here. Holy shit. See, the pain pills, they put me in like, my brain's messed up. I feel like I'm higher because of the pain pills, but not higher in a good way. Like I almost feel drunkard.
Yeah.
I almost feel like because of the pain pills, I feel like I'm almost drunk or something. Cannabis would not make me feel this way, but I'm just kind of like. So, anyways, I fought the goat. The goat won, and I checked myself out. Been going through a crazy couple of days, working a lot from home, doing a lot of phone calls. I'm back on the road. I was on the road today after the doctor. That was tough though. Yeah, I don't know. I guess the moral of the whole story is don't hesitate. Go right to the hospital and get an ambulance. Don't drive yourself.
Yeah.
Don't do like Oren and don't be waiting until the next day when shit's gotten even worse. Because it could have gotten even more worse. It just could have gotten so bad. And that's what I feel like I was on the brink of. So right now I'm on the mend, but something small, just like feeding your damn goat, you get to my age and anything can happen.
Oh yeah.
You start getting it up in the years here, and that's why I'm like every single day is so precious. Every single day is an absolute gift that we shouldn't be throwing away. And that's really the moral of it. Your family needs you, your friends need you, the world needs you. Don't hesitate and let it become something more. I don't believe in traditional pharmaceutical medications. I don't believe necessarily in all of our doctor knowledge stuff, but at the same time, they can't help you. They know more than I do, and that's what I look for. I mean, you know more than I, and like right now, if I didn't have these pain pills, I'd be on the rosin, and I would be extra fucked up. I didn't know, but I called my dad last night, and obviously I was fucking hysterical. I was so high. I mean, and that's the thing. The rosin, and you can't do this with everybody's rosin, but the rosin was incredible. It took all my pain. I cannot begin to tell you how wondrous.
That's what I make my gummies out of.
Do you? Out of the rosin? Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
what I
use
love
two
about
of
this
them.
rosin, you can smoke this shit in the proxy. You could smoke it in any device. I don't know about this one. This one's dirty.
I can't find that lighter.
Yeah, I take the whole thing and put it inside a pot of boiling water and get it so it liquefies
like
almost.
Loose. It's like loose.
So it loosens up, heat up the water, and then mix it right in. And because I use only pure juice, I don't use anything with additives or preservatives in it.
Okay.
So
okay.
That was the suggestion I was told to use, and then of course gelatin. But I typically make about 40 when I make them.
Okay.
And they're pretty strong. They're anywhere between 40 and 60 milligrams each.
Wow. Wow. No, I look, I was doing a lot of it. I like the gummies that I like gummies, especially gummies that have cannabis in them. Oh my god, I'm like in La La Land, man. Oh, what happened there? All right. Just checking some things out. Look at this. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. Yeah, no. So look, you just gotta love life. You gotta love every moment because you don't know what's about to happen. You don't know how it's going to happen. And I think that for me was the biggest deal. It just happened this weekend and completely halted me in my place.
But you know what? It's gonna make your thoughts in your head are gonna make you change a little bit and start realizing you got to enjoy life. Got to be careful, but you got to enjoy life. I mean, like this weekend, we went down. Me and my son went on. It's Mako, I think it was called, and this coaster's freaking crazy. And it was pouring down rain. They let us go in the rain. They asked everybody if you wanted to go. Hell yeah, I've never rode a coaster in the rain. Let's do it.
Yeah, that sounds fantastic. I've
It
never
was
ridden
freaking intense, though, man.
roller coaster. But isn't that more dangerous, like stopping or like stopping?
There was no lightning, so but after that they shut them down. But no, they let us roll, man.
There was a little bit of lightning, and they figured, shit, no more. No, I used to live almost at Six Flags Park, Astroworld, in Houston, Texas. I saw so many great concerts. I saw Duran Duran there. I saw Simply Red. Counting back the years. I saw. Oh my God, I saw Depeche Mode.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that was great. That's like so many years ago, people, when they were still young
yeah.
too. No, I used to love the theme parks, but not the roller coasters. Angie tries getting me on a bunch of. She took me to Hershey Park, and they've got one that goes like 0 to 60 in like less than 3 seconds. And I still feel nauseous just thinking about it. She put me on one called the Rattler. It was like at SeaWorld, the Rattler.
Ooh,
And the
that
reason it
sounds
was called the
scary.
Rattler, because and
Yeah.
if you sit in the last car, it comes off of the rails.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
It comes off of the rails.
Literally.
Don't get in the car if it's coming off of the rails.
Why are we entertaining this one, Oren? We're off
I
the
didn't
rails
know.
already enough, you know? We don't need help.
So the one that goes 0 to 60 in like 3 seconds. So we're in line, we're in a huge line, and somebody's like, I've got the very front, nobody wants to sit there. Angie goes, we do. And I'm like, no, we do not. She's like, it's gonna be like another hour. Come on. I'm like, okay. Front seats.
Ooh, nice.
This thing goes loop de loop, then loop de loop, and then loop de loop. And it's like, get me the fuck off of this. We were loopity loopiting at God only knows Mach 3. I did not want to eat anymore ever again for the rest of my life. And she got me off this one, and then she got me on like 3 others that were just as bad, if not worse. And I still think of the not. This is before kids. Before kids. This was rough. This was some rough shit. And then the Rattler, that was a SeaWorld one. And that one, I was so, look, I brought brownies. And I was at the front gate. And the guy's like, oh, you can't bring in food. I'm like, oh, I'm a diabetic. And then I walked by him with my brownies. I had like a tray of fucking brownies here. It was crazy.
Oh.
And he was just like, you can't bring them. I'm like, oh, I'm a diabetic. And he was like, oh, yeah, makes sense. I'm going to be bringing brownies, dude. So I eat a whole brownie. And then I just keep eating and keep eating. And we did the Rattler. And I should have been sick. I should have been sick after that one. That's so hard. I don't like doing roller coasters when I'm really high. That's just, you can go do it and I will watch you and I will get higher.
The only one I had a problem with yesterday was, I think it's called Manta. And there was only one section, and it was you know how you typically go into the loop? This one here, you went like on the outside, or I can't remember how it went, but
like it twists you and you go out on the
on the outside, and the G-force was so freaking intense. You felt like you were gonna pass out, and I was like, that's too much for me. Yeah. So the only other ride I've ever had an issue with like that was Mission Space at Disney.
Holy shit! And is that the one where you shoot off in the spacecraft and you're in with other people and you gotta hit the button? And oh my god,
they have 2 of them. They have a simple one, And then they have the real one that the astronauts
We did the real
feel.
one.
That one.
Well, so
yeah.
Right.
Oh man.
This was the craziest. That was at Epcot, I think.
Yeah, because the centrifuge is what it is
That's
in
right.
the background if you see it. And man, the G-force is outrageous on that thing.
It is. The G-force is insane. So I remember
If
we're
you ever
sitting there
want
with a
to
few
have some
people.
fun, go get high and go sit at the exit of that ride. It's great. You'll see all the people, they're going in happy. Oh my God, when they come out,
they're not
their
happy.
eyes are bugging.
They are not happy. No, I know.
No,
well, so right before we got on, they shut the ride down. We're like, what's going on? They're like, well, this happens. Sometimes one person might lose it. And then multiple people will lose it because the one person loses it. And then multiple people will lose it. And then everybody starts to lose it.
Oh,
I'm
God.
like, so are you telling me?
Awful.
I'm telling you, like everybody just threw up.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody.
Yeah.
And the smell. Oh shit! I can't shake my head. And the smell was I mean, in the line, we're kind of like they had a hazmat crew out there in Disney. They were cleaning that shit up. It was nuts.
Someone got some free
it's so
Disney
funny
tickets.
too. They're like one person, then many, and then everybody.
Yeah.
Jeez. Especially
but
still
it's an
spinning
amazing
around
ride.
like that.
It's an amazing ride, though. It really makes you feel like if you're going to space, this is what it should feel like. And just to mention, when they did it, I saw a video recently of the people going into space, and they're sitting there, they're like waving, and this is while the rocket is shooting up. I'm like, I don't know how they're doing that. There's no gravity control on the rocket. Recent stuff, just recently. And there's a guy in the middle, and I think, and they're all just kind of like you can see in their chairs, and he's holding his hand up and just easily, just kind of waving. I'm like, no way, you can't even. You're like, I mean, you can't, you cannot. And the video and the ride at Disney is nowhere near the G-forces that you're experiencing leaving the atmosphere.
Yeah, it's crazy. I can't ride that no more, so I don't ride that.
I don't think I could do it anymore. I think I'm done with roller coasters. I would rather watch my children get on and then throw up. I just don't think it's really, Legend of Jack. I don't think it's for me anymore. But that's the crazy part. You start to look at yourself and how easily you get hurt. Like, look at me. The goat destroyed me this weekend. I mean, the goat absolutely destroyed me, and I've had to change my system of work a little bit this week, but I'm back on the road again. That's it. On the road again. I don't know the rest of the words again.
Man, that's good.
I got stoned again.
On the road again. But yeah, I'm trying to get back to long distance. Really, I took a beating after that thunderclap of a headache or thunderclap of a body ache. It's been reminding me to take it easy. I normally I'm lifting heavy shit. I'm trying to accomplish everything, and just you can't. Sometimes you just can't. Let's see. Damn, that pink light be bright. Hey, Troublesome Red.
Sorry.
Welcome.
I can't really see myself.
No, the pink light is fine. I think it's lovely. This would be bright if it was on, but it's not working.
I'll just go this way.
Troublesome Red, I was just explaining why I didn't do a show on Sunday. I was in the hospital. Had a fight with the goat. Not going to go into crazy detail. I've explained it a few times tonight. I'm in pain right now. I don't know how long I'll last. Knowing that because my brain's not working as good as it should be. I'm definitely a lot slower because of the pain meds. Cannabis doesn't do this to me. Pharmaceuticals do this. And you got to be careful because this pharmaceutical shit they give you can kill you. I think that's the biggest deal. Cannabis is not going to kill me. I can eat, smoke, drink, whatever when it comes to the bud. And I was talking earlier, before I got the pharmaceutical shit that I'm on right now, I was so impressed with the rosin. So just a little bit of this on my finger was able to get rid of the back pain, the head pain, the neck pain, the broken capillaries, the lumbar tap, which is hurting my back more than anything now. This is crazy, like absolutely fucking crazy. And all of that, and the cannabis took the pain away. Now, and like right now, I'm on a muscle relaxer and a pain pill, and I feel loopy, and I feel like I can't think. When I'm on the rosin, I'm still thinking. I'm still all there, and it takes the pain away immediately. Now, will this last as long? I guess they last the same amount of time. Like this will start wearing off. Like the cannabis will start wearing off about the same time like a pain pill will. And I did a pain pill, my evening pain pill, right before the show started. So that way I wasn't overly loopy. Like I can make it through the show and be like, hey. But I've noticed now 3 hours into the show, I'm starting to slur my words. And it's just slow. It's like it's blocking my thinking cortex, my thinking synapse process. Now, keep in mind, cannabis, I think, does the same. This makes me feel like I'm more drunk, and the cannabis at least make me feel more whole. More whole of myself. And yeah. But no, this stuff makes me nauseous. Anything that I use, like pain pills, it makes me feel nauseous. It doesn't feel natural to me. So at least with cannabis, it feels natural. Okay. That's what I like about the venti. The venti is easy to clean, easy to pack. I just broke up some weed on the table, and I'm just kind of placing it inside. I like to break it up where it's still a little bit of chunk, a little chunk. Chunky.
I've been experimenting with using like a finer grind plate, and it's really helped me roll better joints. Because admittedly, I'm
Really?
not the best joint roller, but yeah, it was my friend Stay Green, who's the professional custom roller.
Right.
He was like, well, depending on the flower, sometimes it's too sticky icky, and it's just you got to roll it, kind of chunky. But if it's consistency's enough and it's cured enough, try and use the regular size grinder, and then use the fine plate, the micro plate, and like that way you're not trying to overly crush it. So it's a two-step, so I use the Santa Cruz crusher or grinder to like break it up loosely, and then I put it in the flour mill that has the fine grate plate, and my joints have been like very, very nice, like airflow, and I'm trying to really, really get the flour like flavor, so I've tried it like the last week and I really love it. So I would love to see what you guys think. And I wondered in the venti, the difference of you said you have to have it chunky in the venti, probably.
So yes and no. I guess it can be really up to you. I like to keep it a little chunk so that because I'm gonna do a longer burn. Like right now, I just did a couple of hits out of it, and this tastes great. This is the Tropicana, and it's excellent. But I think if I get it too small, it burns up too quick, and I get to that
already kind of.
Not, yeah.
I guess so. Maybe if you were trying to throw one big cloud, or maybe just rip it one time, maybe that would be
I would
beneficial.
do it finer.
Maybe.
Yeah, I would do it finer. I would pack it loose and fine, and you get a better cloud.
I was just thinking with the professor with his nice smooth hand rolled. I was just thinking think of like a really nice fine sushi rice, and he's rolling that versus like a big chunky, long extra grain rice. So anyway, that was just what I pictured in my head as he does his perfect, technique roll.
And he loves it too. He loves it.
Professor
Times over here. Look, he gets his hands
granted,
on
I
he'll
just
roll
got good
it
at
and be
it.
like, there you go, a joint.
Yeah. When you roll a million joints, you get good at it.
Did you know Snoop Dogg has his own personal roller? That's all this guy does.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know.
That's amazing.
I mean, he pays him like $50,000 a year, and
I
he
want a
smokes all
person
the
that
weed he
does
wants.
that. Yes.
And all the weed he wants.
He
That's
goes
very
everywhere
real.
with them. So,
I have a
that's a pretty damn good job there.
I have a guy called a luthier. Like
so
a lute,
funny.
and they call him a luthier. And
Luthier.
And there are artists.
Luthier.
But you need an artisan weed person too, like a cannabist or something.
Well, that's what it is. So it is a cannabist. And you have the Ganjier program.
I will have my cannabis pick some up.
Well, there's a program called Ganjier by Max Simon. Ooh, I'm surprised I remember the name. And I have contributed my educational shit to Max Simon personally, where he used part of it, my platform, to create the Ganjier program. But he's gone much deeper in the Ganjier program than I would have. And they're doing a great thing. They're just very expensive. And a friend of mine that I used to work with over at Cureleaf joined the Ganjier program, I believe.
I really want to do that so bad. I know our friend Aiden that pops in occasionally, college bud tender university. He said he loved it. It was a really great experience. And I think that was the first time you mentioned that you had contributed to it. And I just think that's so cool, man. Very impressive, Round of applause for Oren, getting things jumping and helping a lot of people.
But
become experts.
I didn't know how far it would go, and I'm so glad he used it like that. I'm glad that he's creating a platform. I just wish I was smarter at that time and gotten a piece of it, like gotten into it. Maybe, but you don't realize a good opportunity. Sometimes you just contribute shit for free. Sometimes you just give people good shit, of your free will, and they do with it what they will.
Yeah, you hope it comes back to you as good karma.
But if it doesn't, it doesn't. Back then, I didn't think like that though. Back then, I was like, damn it, why don't I get? Damn it, why aren't things working for me? You're always in that mode, especially when you have no money. It's hard to be positive.
Yeah.
It's hard to be like things are going to be better. It's hard to look at it better than where you're looking at it.
I struggle with money. I shouldn't say that out loud, but I mean, I'm a single guy. I got so many bills. Prices go up, rent goes up.
Shit's expensive.
I'm trying to monetize my art to make money.
But the biggest skill is, even when you don't have money, you have to think as though you do. You have to think as though you already have it, and you're already.
So that's what I'm doing.
And
look,
I'm cheap. I was cheap when I had no money. I'm cheap.
I noticed I manifest something by just having the attitude that I am developing my TV series and I am creating the soundtrack for it, and it will have to be produced and edited together in DaVinci Resolve and with nice 3D sign cameras. Oh, I want 3D so bad. Those cameras are like $30,000. You lease stuff like that. Major Conjun is about the 3D camera.
I wish. I want to push the envelope with what I do. I don't want to just do ordinary anything with it. You got to have fun with it.
You got to have a lot of fun and push the envelope too.
Yeah, I mean, like, even with just small projects, you can have fun. And I always say, like, we're talking about cameras, but I used to educate and teach free photography classes to kids and things like that at some of the schools around town, just because I thought it was fun and I like to help kids. So that was my way to give back. So on one of those trips, one of the little girls brought in like the cheapest, smallest rinky-dink camera known to man. And she wanted to like learn how to use it. And I taught her, I said, if you really will listen and learn, and I'll spend extra time and I'll come in next week and we'll do it again and again and again. I'm like, I promise you can do it. By the end of the next month and a half, her stuff was literally looking like a professional tier. Like, she knew how to do everything the right way. And I was just
That's cool.
Like, man, she picked it up so quick. And you realize, children, especially, the sooner you can help them out and give them like some sort of, opportunity to try, you never know how
Oh, yeah.
badass they're going to be. But yeah, so that was really cool. I forget what I was going to say about the other part because I always get sucked into the stories about the kids and learning and shit. I forget what I was going to say otherwise. It'll come back to me, I'm sure, later. But yeah, I lost my thought there on that one. Such a cute girl. They're doing that now with DJ programs too, and they're trying to get the kids to learn different media techniques in like YouTube and how does it work and cameras, and it's pretty neat. It's like Full Sail University for young students and also
Well,
students that are
okay. That's
troubled.
pretty cool.
Yeah, my daughter
Yeah,
was doing that in Gainesville when she was
awesome.
in high school. They had a whole thing on videography and learning how
Hmm.
to build your own videos and things like that. So it was pretty cool.
That's very cool.
Get into it. Yeah. So,
Oh,
At one point, we had
and,
discussed with the city about arranging an after-school program for underprivileged students could come, and I partnered with the Sony studio that does the musical recording. This is more like production and video and a little bit of live, audio, of course, but that's like the real big studio where the bands and rich people and famous artists go record. So they would get like the real hands-on experience there with the music, and then the other days we'd come in here and then we would mix it down and produce it so the kids would be able to see from start to finish. So, and they proved it. They set aside funding, but sadly, right as we got everything organized, they withdrew part of the funding, which was going to cover the cost of the kids' school bus that would take them from there to the studios, So that ruined the whole damn thing. But we still are trying to put it together. It's just a matter of the after school program being off site and then travel to and from. And I'm not willing to drive a bus of students and be liable in some fashion. Like they need to get here and, that way. So there's logistics, and it's just like the Ganji festival. I haven't figured out just the perfect combination yet, but we'll do it at some point because it's going to be awesome when it works eventually,
it's
you
going to
know?
be awesome when it works. And I'm glad you said that. That's something I'm dealing with right now when it comes to the Ganji Fest.
Yeah.
Things that would have been easy are not. Mm. Um, oh, wow. Having a moment.
Hmm.
So I was coughing there just a moment ago, and even on the pain pills right now, I'm still in pain. Even with the muscle relaxers, it's still hurting. I mean, they were 3 hours ago I took them, but
Hmm.
I'm not taking any more this evening. You see, I don't want to. I just don't want to do that. So I just used some of the syringe. I put just a little bit on my finger,
Hmm.
and a dab will do you. So
well,
I think this is so much more effective than the pain pills. But during the day, I just can't take pain pills. Or I just can't take the rosin like I have been. I mean, I can see me taking it with me and taking too much and then being stuck somewhere. So,
Yeah. Happens.
yeah.
oh, oh, wow. Everybody, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for coming to the show tonight. Thank you for being a part of the energy. This is a smoke sesh. This is a get together. This is community and
Peace and hope on earth.
peace and hope on earth. There we go, Chris.
I do. I feel hope when I
This
when I.
well,
I
this
mean,
is
I'm
our
just a lonely
authentic.
guy here by myself. I like joining your show.
Well, this is
Say
look,
hi
and
to
this is for
everybody.
everybody. If you don't, we're all alone. We all need that friend group. We all need that voice. We all need
I don't
that
know.
somebody to let us know that it's okay, and just keep going, keep trying, keep doing. I'm proud of everybody here on the show. I'm proud of everybody listening, and
Do
that's
you remember
important.
when I couldn't play
And
guitar and then
I
I
remember
decided
when
to
you couldn't
learn to
play
play
guitar, and look at
guitar
you
and now
now.
I'm playing
All you're
guitar?
practicing. Look, that's how I look at the world. That's how I look at anybody coming to this show. If you find it, you find it. You were meant to find it. You were meant to be a part of it. And this is look, we want nothing from you other than we want your authentic approach back to life.
I
We
hope you
want
get
what you
better,
want.
Vern.
But we
I
want
hope you get
if you
better.
want it, we want it for you to want it. We want it for you to want it.
Take it easy and
Forget.
get better. Please.
That's it, brother.
Take care of yourself.
Hey, everybody,
Yeah.
thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for coming to the show. I'm going to be honest. I have to go lay down.
Much love,
I have to
brother.
wait
Feel
for this. I
better.
have to wait for this rosin to kick in.
Yeah.
I did just take a little bit of rosin, and I wish we can get Ganji on the show, Major Ganji on the show earlier, but he is a busy man.
Yeah,
And we
sorry.
appreciate you popping
Glad I
in.
got to come in for a quick little pop of
That is
smoky and
awesome.
toky
Thank
real
you.
quick with everyone. Hope you feel better, Oren.
I will. I know I will, because I'm going to manifest it. I'm going to will it. I'm going to make sure I'm going to be built bigger and better and stronger than they had me before. What was it? The $1 Million Man?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Was it the $1 Million Man?
Steve Austin, a man.
$6 million man.
$6 Million Man. That's right. Well, nowadays that'd be chump change.
We can make him.
Now
Yeah.
they're like, listen, we can't do half the shit we did back then. How did you do it? We lost the technology, kind of like they didn't go to the moon. No. But yeah, I'm gonna be back better, stronger. I'm already feeling better than I did. Look, the Saturday and Sunday were hell. Monday was hell. Tuesday was hell. We're on Wednesday, and I almost couldn't believe it. It's wow. It's not even a fast week. It's just this. And I was like, what happened? What happened? I'll tell you what happened. Something struck me, something hit me, but it's giving me the opportunity to maybe slow down a little bit and realize I've got to take care of me. I've been overdoing it. I've been overworking. I'm one person hitting an entire state of locations. And I used to go in and visit a lot of the smoke shops and the dispensaries. I don't have time. I used to go into Goldflower dispensaries and hang out for a little while. But I know if I'm going to go in there, I'm going to be in there for 2 to 3 hours. I don't have time. I have a lot of cities to hit, a lot of doctors to hit, and very little time to do it in. So I have pushed myself and pushed myself and pushed myself for so long that this slowed me down. And this is slowing me down.
I think it's a very encouraging one. Take care.
Well, I appreciate all of you, and I appreciate everybody coming to the show to come watch it. We'll be back Friday. Wow. Holy shit.
Go get you some rest, my brother. I'll see you on Friday.
Friday,
Chris,
I'll be here, everybody.
Have a good one, guys.
Don't forget,
brother.
Orange Park is opening
Take it easy,
soon.
guys.
Troublesome Red, everybody.
Yeah,
I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. You know something?
King's Wish.
I'll see you guys later. And hey, we definitely need to get with East Coast and do a jam.
I think that would be awesome. I think you guys doing a live performance, that would I think that'd be awesome. And look, and you can take that video, you take all that because people love like in studio singing and shit. You take that, you kind of make a video, like a video out of it, and then and you post segments or whatever.
Produce a video for sure. Yeah,
definitely. All right, you guys. Well, I will talk to you on Friday.
Good night,
you guys
everybody.
have a good night. Feel better,
Good night,
Warren.
everybody.
Take care.
Thank you. Everybody, thank you for coming to the show. And remember, go to the emergency immediately if you have to go. Don't delay. Don't wait. Don't be an Oren. Don't be a procrastinating Oren. All right. Good night, everybody. Christopher, you have a great night. Everybody have a great rest of the week because we're only at the middle and it's going to be amazing. Great things are happening. I feel it. We are at the precipice of just great things for everyone.
I believe so.
I believe it too. Greatness for everybody. Greatness for everybody. Believe in yourself.
I'm getting a good feeling.
Be you. Be all in. Believe. That's what it is. All right. Arrivederci, everybody. Ciao. Arrivederci. Arrivederci.